This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Yes, sir. In the building, the Self Love Show is black. We are back. Karen, bring that beat back, Karen. Bring that beat back. Y'all, please like, share, subscribe. Let's get them in here. Let's get them in here. Like, share, subscribe. We got some uncut content we're bringing to you today as normally, and we are live in living color. We are live in living color. Let's see.
The Self Love Show, giving you more than vitamins and minerals. Food for your soul, information and plans integral to making your mind grow. With more growth and development, BS is irrelevant to the intelligent. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what we represent.
It's the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show.
We do it for our people. The Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show.
To expose ain't no equals.
The Self Love Show, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show.
We wordsmith 9 meals.
The Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. You know how the story goes. It's the Self Love Show.
Y'all heard the man? You know how the story goes. It's the Self Love Show. The views expressed in today's pod are those of the host and guests and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any affiliates. Welcome to the Self Love Show on This Ain't That Network. This is a safe space where we dive deep into the intersections of mind, body, spirit, and culture. This is one of the co-hosts, 9 Millie. First off, all praise to the ancestors, the Most High, and my late beloved Mama Sky. I miss you every moment. The world never stops throwing headlines at us, and today's lineup is a wild one. We've got the story of the world's oldest dog, sparking debates about longevity, consciousness, spirit, care, and what it really means to measure a life. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, Rihanna's crib was reportedly shot up. Another reminder of how celebrity, privacy, and danger collide in ways that feel increasingly surreal. At the same time, SCOTUS is stepping into a major cultural crossroads, reviewing whether potheads can legally own firearms. It's a case that blends law, history, and the shifting landscape of American attitudes towards pot. One of those rulings that could ripple far beyond the courtroom. But our main focus today zooms out to something even larger. The rise of massive AI data centers, or is it data? Is it data or data? Put in the chat. Is it data or data? I'm not sure. Data is 1, data is 2. All right. Data centers and the environmental costs hidden behind every smart answer, every instant search, every algorithmic miracle. These facilities are reshaping both the digital world and our physical one. We're breaking down what's really happening, why it matters, and how it fits into the broader story of our tech-driven future. Plus, a few more hot topics along the way. I mean, it's becoming clear to me, in my opinion, allegedly, these tech giants are hell bent on destroying Yahuwah's creation. Hell bent on destroying creation. And that would include you. But that's just my personal opinion. So whip out your self-love vision and your 10 hats. This is the Self Love Show, and this is the revolution. And the revolution will not be on YouTube. These are lessons, not lectures. We're live in living color today on Thursday, March 12, 2026, at about 7:09 in Chiran. And as always, you cats can be anywhere in this magnanimous universe. But thankfully, we all chose to be here together. That's right. Here together. Bear down, Shot Town. Bear down, what down, brother Wordsmith. What you manifesting today?
Love, man. You know me. I'm manifesting love. What you manifest?
Ditto, good brother. Pure, magnificent, unfiltered, unfettered. Some have said tough, others have said rough, but I can sure all is self-love just the same.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
What's been going on in your neck of America since we last popped out, bro?
Well, they had the funeral for Jesse Jackson Sr. It was a big
Were you
celebration. Oh no. Oh no. I was over my partner crib and they had me watching it because I wasn't gonna watch it, but
Oh, okay. You mean they tied you down and forced you to watch that? What do you mean they had you
well,
watch it?
I was waiting on something, and while I was waiting, they had it on. So
Yeah.
they wasn't tying me down or nothing. But
Yeah. Yeah, well, oh, my camera's not on. My bad. That's why I normally I keep those AirPods for certain situations. You know what I mean? Somebody's trying to force feed something down your consciousness. I put those in, and they have a noise blocker on there.
yeah, it was all right though. I mean, the part I saw was Stevie Wonder performing, so that wasn't bad.
Internet rumor is, and I know you're an internet rumor believer, Stevie is not blind. Is that one of your? Do you believe that 10 hat conspiracy theory too,
That's not
brother
a 10 hat.
Wordsmith?
That's not a 10 hat conspiracy theory out there. That's not. There's too many people have said that. Like people that he lived in the building with. Shaq said he lived in the building with him. He never had no stick or nothing. Shaq said he came on the on the elevator. He was like, "Hey, Shaq." His floor came. He got right off and turned and went where he was going. Shaq said, he thinks he can see. Maybe not well. He might be legally blind. I don't know.
Yeah. That would be some serious long game. Let me tell you, that would be some serious long game.
Yeah, remember him and Ray Charles? They said the same thing about Ray Charles.
Yeah, jeez. The internet is an MF. All right.
No, that's like the internet. These are people that was around them. I mean, I saw it on the internet, so I guess it's the internet. But they interviewing people when they talking about it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
If that's just internet or not.
Yeah, I met him. I don't think he had. Did he have a stick with him? No, but he had a man guide him around, like he had somebody with him. You know, like security.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
which makes sense. I mean, even if you are legally blind, you might not want to be in no crowd or nothing by yourself. Walking through no crowd, but
yeah.
Going to the crib and stuff like that, you should know by heart.
R.I.P. Jesse Jackson. Condolences to his family. Big up Stevie Wonder. If anybody knows him, we'd love to have him pop out and clarify this for a gentleman like Brother Wordsmith who thinks that you're committing a fraud your entire life.
Say he was committing a fraud. I said
to not be blind and allow people to think you're blind means you're committing a fraud.
If you're legally blind, then you're legally blind. I mean, that means you're blind. You know what I mean?
All right.
It doesn't mean you can't see, though.
Yeah, well, so you believe he's blind?
I believe he's not all the way blind like they made out to be.
But you believe he's blind?
Legally.
Okay. All right, that's fair. That's fair. All right, y'all. What to expect on today's The Self Love Show? We got the Self Love Show quote of the day. And then we have our more growth and development platform video that tells you what our platform is on this channel and this show. And then, of course, we have tattoo tyranny. We're going to run a video and show our government interacting with its taxpayers, those who fund it. And we'll let you know if that's what we're paying for, or if we're not paying for. So we're going to react to that. Very short video. And then we have our dome teaser. Your mind is a terrible thing to waste if you let it lay fallow. So there's a riddle that we've pinned in the chat. Take as many guesses as you want. We don't charge you per guess, right? So you might as well take a stab at it. The riddle. All right. And then today's topic, how AI greater data centers impact our environment, Rihanna's house shot up, and more. And then we close out today's show with our with my personal favorite part of the whole shebang, and that's where this brother Wordsmith is going to summarize the entire show right off the rip, right off the top of the dome. Okay, so do stick around as he's pulling it from the ether, filtering it, and pushing it back through the ether for your enjoyment. All right, you got any announcements there, fella?
Like, share, subscribe, share far and wide. And also, the big one, Midwest Festival presents Ancestral Echoes, 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 the premier glamping event, house music, extravaganza, 3 days, amazing DJs. Day 1, 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. music. Day 2, 10 a.m. to 4 a.m. And day 3, 10 to 6. Some of the best DJs you ever heard in your life. Some of the best people you could ever want to be around at a great location. It is amazing.
That's right. Those days are Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You got the dates there, fella?
Juneteenth through Father's Day.
June
19th through the 21st.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, what he said. Support, y'all. Come out and have a great time. You really got to be there to feel it. You know, reconnect with your ancestors. They all walked where we walk, and we will all one day, once again, walk where they're walking now. So let's not forget that. For if it were not for them, whether or not you believe in Yahuwah or whatever you're calling your creator, if were it not for your ancestors, we would not be here. You believe that or not. Okay. I got an announcement. Happy birthday to wifey's uncle, Uncle Tony.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy born day, Uncle Tony.
6'7", 6'7", 6'7", 6'7", 6'7". Yeah. Happy born day. Stop the violence, y'all. Stop the violence. Subscribe now. Subscribe now. And to Brother Wordsmith's point, well, before we do that, if there's any computer techs out there, or maybe you just enjoy using the AI, maybe you're using it for work, because if you don't, you're going to get left behind. You know, if you don't take that jab, you're going to get left behind. You know, if you don't dance with Satan, you gonna get left behind. You ain't gonna be able to live. You're gonna be poor, and you're gonna die, man. You're gonna die. Big ups to Haywood Miller, the late Haywood Miller. Big ups. R.I.P. Condolences to his family. But that all being said, this is an interactive chat, as Brother Wordsmith has typed in there. We love any feedback and all feedback. We appreciate that. Try to be respectful out there, because trolls get holes out there. Midwest Festivals presents Ancestral Echoes, Echoes, Echoes. All right, y'all. As Brother Wordsmith just clearly said, it's a 3-day glamping extravaganza. So it's a house musical fest. Greatest DJs from the Midwest area. They all come together and coalesce right there in Pembroke Township, Illinois. You're going to get out there with limited light pollution and under the stars. You understand? And the music's going to play all weekend. And you're going to either have a tent. The festival can supply it for a small fee, or you can have a trailer. You can get it drop shipped, or you can drive your own trailer or van or whatever setup you got for some of you more advanced campers. You're going to bring all of your supplies, meaning food, etc. There'll be plenty of porta potties for your tent people, and they're clean. Beautiful stage, just professionally done. Great experience. Come out there, reconnect, unplug, and reconnect, if that made any sense. So, Karen, they got early bird specials. Karen's going to drop that link into the chat.
I dropped it.
Oh, good job. www.ancestralechoes.net. We got Stace Dude out there. Yo, he's checking in live from San Diego.
Yo.
Appreciate your support, dude. Big ups, Tay Mills Aesthetics. Tay Mills Aesthetics. Multicultural skin, body, and weight loss pro. Licensed, bonded, fully insured. Find yourself in sunny Southern California, specifically the Los Angeles area. You need the best esthetician in the business. Reach out to Tay Mills Aesthetics at www.taymilzaesthetics.com. Karen has just popped that link into the chat. Also, Bella B, licensed, bonded, fully insured. This is all these companies are bronze colored owned and operated by Coloreds. Okay, we got copper coloreds. All right, if you need some swag, put on a shirt. Personalized shirts and clothing and things of that nature. Reach out to Bella B. She does excellent work. And she can be reached at designs365@gmail.com. That has been dropped in the chat. Last but not least, you want to have a professional. Maybe you got a new whip out there and it's a lemon. And you're working it out with Cadillac, whatever company, might have sold you the lemon. You know what I mean? You didn't want to buy anything used because you wanted to see your hard-earned money depreciate as soon as you drive it off the lot, because you had to have that new car smell. You want to keep up with the Joneses, right? Whatever the case might be. Turns out it's a lemon. Work with me here. Now, you don't want some random, could be a illegal immigrant, pulling up in a raggedy tow truck, don't really know what they're doing, because they can mess your car up even worse. And they're not licensed, bonded, fully insured. I can assure you of that. All right. So you reach out to Jim Recovery. Jim Recovery. They have over 30 years experience in the business. He's going to pull up in a brand new flatbed truck. You understand? And that way he can put your brand new lemon up on there and take it back to the dealership. You know what I mean? And then you can go deal with them the next day and say, I want my money back. There's lemon laws in the state of Illinois and California, just in case you didn't know. So big ups to all the sponsors. Big ups to all the sponsors. Enough of my yapping. Let me kick it back to this brother so he can handle his business.
Yes, y'all. It don't stop. Self Love Show rocks on. As always, we have a very important video, the Silverback Moral Growth and Development platform, which we're building the Self Love Nation off of. But before that, we have the Self Love Show quote of the day. AI data centers don't run on magic. They run on massive amounts of electricity and water. And that has real environmental consequences. Once again, AI data.
Is it data or is it data?
I don't know. That's why I said it both ways. AI data centers don't run on magic. They run on massive amounts of electricity and water, and that has real environmental consequences. Kate Crawford, researcher and author on AI and ecology.
Interesting.
Very. There's something going wrong here. Oh, it wasn't going wrong. All right.
Please like, share, subscribe. Let's get them in the building.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe.
All day, every day.
Once again, Karen, for the fourth consecutive week, we have no volume here. All right, Karen, we're gonna have to get a black girl in here if you
Need
can't get
to.
your head out your ass.
You can't no black people, but you gotta have
Copper color.
yes, copper color.
You gotta get somebody in here.
This
Please,
is ridiculous.
please like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. And while you're at it,
Mhm.
Karen, go take your weekly shower. You know what I mean? Big ups to Karen.
Silverback More Growth and Development Platform. Number one, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number two, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. And three, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, shine a light on positive influence. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, to close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen. Number 10, protect our women, children, and men by any and all means necessary.
Facts. Those are actual facts by any and all means necessary. In case you missed last week's show, right here on TATN, we went live and we covered the conflict in Iran, a multi-layered cake.
Ooh-wee. Hey, all I can say is I advise you to check it out. Go check it out.
The Iranians allegedly are real good hackers, like all governments. And allegedly, they've been releasing some unbefore-seen footage and pictures of number 45-47 on Epstein Island.
Ooh-wee. I mean, I don't doubt it. I don't.
Yeah, they keep messing around with the devil. He's gonna mess around and hit that button out there.
You know, grab him by the pussy.
And according to him, they like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's as long as they like it, I don't think it's illegal, right?
Well, I mean, if it's unasked for, right, it's still they might like it, but it still doesn't mean you got the.
Talk about privilege, huh?
Yeah, that's it right there.
Talk about privilege. I'm just surprised somebody. I wonder how many times somebody slapped the crap out of him though doing that.
Mm-hmm. And then he wanted to call it locker room talk. I've been in plenty of locker rooms. I've never heard that as
Plenty of locker room around, plenty of characters.
yeah, yes.
And I've never heard anyone suggest that.
No, or anything close to that.
After the big win, yeah, man,
You're famous. You can just grab
see the cheerleaders out there. We can just go out there and never heard it.
What?
Yeah, never heard that. All right, we got a poll question. Karen just put the link in the chat for anybody who wants to participate in the poll. We definitely want to hear your voice. What's your biggest concern with AI? Of the below, Brother Norman pointed something out. And then he rattled off about 3 or 4 things that are bigger concerns than these.
Yeah.
And I normally
Have the
say
other
of these, right, or other, and say choose from the following. But I figured it was a given at this point that it's common what?
No, that's not common.
Common sense is a conspiracy theory?
Common sense died a long time ago with school.
Yeah, when they made Common change his name from Common Sense to Common. So the point I'm making is this. But he made a good point. He rattled off some that aren't on here. But to your point, I told him the same thing. The comments are there for that too. You just go in the comments and say, But I should have put if you had to choose between these. And it ran across my mind, but I'm like, common sense would tell everybody if these are your choices, these are your choices. And if you got something up your crawl, you go in the comments and you what?
Put it in there.
Yes. Yes. No, they don't do that. But anyway, thanks for your support, Brother Newman. What's your biggest concern with artificial intelligence? Number one, job replacement. Okay. They took my job. They took my job. Okay. Number two, AI Cyberdyne Systems. That was the name of the big corporation in the film Terminator that owned Skynet. Okay. So a Terminator film styled artificial intelligence takeover. We become slaves to the machines, kind of like in the Matrix, if you will. Number three, AI data, or is it data? AI data centers, environmental impact, which we're going to be breaking down today. And number four, it's going to increase the income divide between your haves and your have-nots. They're talking about universal income, $2,500 a month or so. Maybe they'll give you health care, and that's it. You'll own nothing, and you'll be happy. Covert kind of was a test run for this. Okay, so those are your options. So we'll have a system which is basically socialism, and those at the very top of the corporate structure will just control everything, and everyone else will just be their slaves. Okay, rather dystopian, but all in the realms of possibility. We'll give you the results at the end of the show, and we'll let you know what Brother Wordsmith and I selected as well. Today is all about how AI graded data centers impact our environment. Rihanna's crib got shot up, and more. So please smash that like button. All right. All right, Brother Wordsmith. Did you see there's a new car dealership? It's called FAFO Sales. Have you seen that on CBS?
Not sure, especially with your creative titling. So, let's see.
FAFA Sales, the drop dead gorgeous pulled up. Smart. Privilege.
A story you'll see only on 17. A Wake Forest man goes to a Raleigh car business to sell his vehicle, but leaves with a skull fracture.
CBS 17's Caitlin Richards is speaking with Chad Shipley about what he says happened.
That's the top of my head. That's a shoe print, we believe.
Yeah.
There's a close-up of my eye right afterwards.
Look at that.
Chad Shipley arrived to this We Buy Any Car location off Capitol Boulevard on January 12th to sell his sister's car, which was in his name.
Yeah.
His sister waited in the car while Shipley went inside to ask what paperwork was needed.
I was like, I'm not understanding. And about the time he says, do you understand this? And that's when he proceeded to brutally beat me up. Nobody knew this was going on inside this building because the windows are tinted.
Shipley says he finally got his sister's attention outside and she dialed 911. Raleigh police and EMS rushing to the scene, but Shipley says even that didn't turn out how he expected.
They're explaining to me that until they received the video footage of this, that they're charging me.
The initial Raleigh police report shows both Shipley and the worker, identified as Sherman James Jr., both charged with simple assault, but lists the worker's name as the only victim.
There's my lip where it went through my broken teeth.
Look at that.
My front faceplate is completely fractured, what is considered a skull fracture in medical terms. And I have to have plastic surgery. This is right here where I've been referred to a specialist for surgery.
Shipley says these pages of medical referrals is only the start to his recovery. As for the investigation, Raleigh police have now obtained surveillance footage from We Buy Any Car.
They have retrieved the video and have acknowledged that I was correct and have acknowledged that this changes everything.
CBS 17 has requested the video, but police have yet to release it.
Gotta show her doing her job.
We contacted the Raleigh location where the incident happened, and they declined to comment. We also reached out to the We Buy Any Car corporate office, and late this afternoon, they issued this statement saying, quote, "There was an incident at We Buy Any Car in Raleigh involving a customer and one of the branch employees. Hate speech was used towards the employee, and a physical confrontation followed. We Buy Any Car does not condone any type of aggression, nor does it tolerate any form of discrimination or hate speech. We Buy Any Car is fully cooperating with the authorities." Shipley says any allegations of him using hate speech are completely false. In Raleigh, Kaylin Richards, CBS 17 News.
Yes. So as I was watching that before it said the reasoning at the end.
Yeah.
I right away knew he went in there and got upset and dropped the N-bomb.
He had to have, because nothing else makes any sense.
Come on, you're talking about paperwork, and this guy who's gainfully employed just beats off you. And you've seen this before. They always show up in courts and no, he did it, and for no reason. That savage just beat the brakes off me for nothing.
Ooh-wee. Yeah, I mean, something happened and that made him go berserk like that, and I think it was some hate speech. That's what makes sense. It doesn't make sense that somebody just started beating you for asking about some paperwork.
He probably would have beat the crap out of so many more people before then, unless that was his first day at work.
Man,
you know how many people he would have beat down and had words with if
just
it was just about
for paperwork.
Yeah. Man, he must have went total Donald Trump on him, man. And this is the Trump effect. This is Trump's America. People feel like, this color's at work. You know what I mean? And then now that's the way you can get you a free lawsuit. But if you are going to lose your job and get your company sued ourselves, we're not condoning violence. But he beat the brakes off, dude. Dude got the pictures. And this is my face. And this is my
We
lip.
believe this is a footprint.
He finally got his sister's attention. He must have been in there like, help, in the window self. He could. Yeah. Nobody broke this up.
Was anybody else in there?
No.
Yeah,
the whole story stinks, though.
Yeah. It smells like he said the N-word.
Yeah, a lot more. You know what I mean? It had to be something, man. But man, listen, we're not condoning that. For any copper colored out there, you have a job to do out there. Just run them out, call the police on them if that's what you got to do. Get them out of your place of business. But if you do snap, get your money's worth. I'll put it that way. You're muted.
Looks like he did.
Yeah, it looks like he did. All right, let's move on. How AI graded data centers impact our environment. Rihanna's house shot up and more. Hit that like button for us. We got one more we're going to unpack here, and then we'll be getting to the topic. ChatGPT sales. We just had FAFO sales. Now we got ChatGPT sales. Yeah, it's a ChatGPT kind of day.
We use ChatGPT for a lot of things, but would you use it to sell your home? A South Florida father said, sure, why not? Before scheduling an open house, he relied on an open algorithm using ChatGPT and artificial intelligence throughout the entire
This is how Ryan Poles works.
And he says it saved him tens of thousands of dollars. It's this week's Innovation on 6.
So this is the house. We're really going to miss it.
After 15 years in his Cooper City home, Robert Levine decided it was finally time to sell. But instead of contacting a real estate agent, he turned to the power of the prompt. ChatGPT.
I really wanted to challenge myself to use AI for the entire journey, not just piecemeal, every step along the way.
The married father of
you
three
wanted to see
says
how
he
cheap
used
you could be.
artificial intelligence for everything. The planning, the pricing, the marketing, even the paint.
We repainted a couple of rooms in the house because ChatGPT said that's where you're going to get the biggest return on investment. The most important thing it did for us was build out a timeline. Here's when you need to start packing your house.
ChatGPT helped Robert design the marketing materials like his open house handout and the online listing. Then told him how to get his home listed on the MLS, the multiple listing service, scheduled his showings, and suggested the best day to list his home.
We ended up listing on a Tuesday.
Turned out to be terrific timing.
And I think within the first 72 hours, we had 5 offers on the home already, which was tremendous.
The Levines still held the open house scheduled for that following Saturday.
Listed it under
but
market
by Sunday
value.
morning, 5 days after listing their home, they had a signed contract. A contract generated by, you guessed it, ChatGPT.
It's exceeded our expectations.
Robert did hire a lawyer to review the contract and other legal documents. But other than that, his AI assistant did all the heavy lifting. So why did he do it? One of his biggest motivations was saving money.
Yeah.
We estimate that leveraging these AI tools will save us about 3% of the total sale price, which in our case is a meaningful amount of money.
Robert stresses that every case is different, and AI isn't going to replace realtors, but it is a part of our evolving world, including real estate.
The impact they make is very real. And some folks maybe aren't prepared to do that themselves, but the more you use AI, the more confident you'll become in leveraging those tools.
For almost everything, Robert did find one thing ChatGPT couldn't help him do, and that's pack up all the moving boxes when it's time to move into their new home. But ChatGPT did help him pick out the moving company he's going to use for that big move.
All righty.
All right. First off, do you believe a word of that? And second of all, what's your commentary?
Yeah, I think that somebody could use ChatGPT to save that money. It's coming down the line. Watch, they're gonna be using it for lawyers and things of that nature. And that's just coming down the line. Could,
Yeah, but the news could be lying.
The news could be totally lying. That's true. It's not a fact show. It's a propaganda.
It could be a ChatGPT commercial. And the thing is, you make that news, and let's just take it at face value and say it's true. You just put realtors out of business.
A lot of them, yeah.
You know how many people are going to be like, well, I'll do that too.
Yeah, people will. Everybody's not though.
Why not?
Because there's a lot of people that won't deal with AI stuff. They just their brain is blocked from it. And there's older people that definitely won't use any of that.
And then there's some people who care about other people.
Yeah.
Who realize the 3% I'm saving isn't worth destroying the whole economy because these same people you're putting out of work are going to be coming through your window, stealing your valuables, allegedly, potentially.
Yeah, it's going to take everybody's job, though. All these jobs. Ain't no job safe.
My allergies and everything else.
Here's Mr. Levine here.
My allergies and everything else. Just terrible.
All right, let's go. What should we leave for a tip?
The food and service were both great. Give him the full 3%. Cheap. This is why I hate going outside.
Family Guy, you guys. That was a deleted scene, though. They couldn't get that one on TV. Allegedly.
I'm sure they couldn't, because I was wondering how that went over.
Yeah, they've had a lot worse than that go over. How AI graded data centers impact our environment. Rihanna house shot up, and more weekly hot topics. All right, we got the dome teaser there, brother Wordsmith. we got today's riddle. I never think, yet I'm farmed for thought. I drink rivers dry just to answer what's sought. I glow without fire in halls cold and bright. What am I humming all day and night? All right, looks like Brother Wordsmith has put an answer in our personal comment section, and he is correct. Brother Wordsmith has figured it out. So if you all can't, if you don't have the proclivities to process and use the brain you were born with to matriculate, Brother Wordsmith will give you the answer towards the end of today's show. And the riddle is pinned in the chat. Just click on it and it'll drop down for you. Enough of the appetizers out there.
Let's quench the self-love nation's thirst.
All right. We don't have a video. So we're going to get to it. How AI greater data centers impact our environment. Rihanna and ASAP Rocky's house shot up. And then we got more hot topics. So, Karen, do your thing. We got one video here. Let's see here. All righty then. All right. First up on the dais. Dais or dais?
A New York City college professor has been placed on leave after a hot mic moment during a public school meeting. A college professor has been placed on.
All right, Brother Wordsmith. This one is Professor Heart exposed. Professor's heart gets exposed.
New York City college professor has been placed on leave after a hot mic moment during a public school meeting. An 8th grader discussing a possible school closure interrupted.
They're too dumb to know they're in a bad school. I mean, apparently Martin Luther King said it. Like, if you train a black person well enough, they'll know to use the back. You don't have to tell them anymore. They just
Allison Friedman, what you're saying is absolutely hearable here. You've got to stop.
After that, shocked faces and about 10 seconds of silence. A moment that has Hunter College buzzing.
You could tell by their facial expression they were all stunned, and I was like shocked too.
It felt so wrong. It is wrong.
Allison Friedman is a 10-year biology associate professor here, and now her employer is reviewing what happened, explaining that she was on a call as a parent private citizen, the school issuing a statement describing her comments as abhorrent, adding, "We stand firm in our enduring commitment to sustain an inclusive educational environment that is free of discrimination of any kind, in which people of all identities will feel welcome and can thrive." Friedman has not returned our request for comment, but she tells the online newspaper, the West Side Rag, in a statement that she was talking to her child. "I was trying to explain the concept of systemic racism by referencing a historical example." Due to an inadvertent unmute, part of that conversation was captured. My remarks were not directed at the student speaker, and they do not reflect my beliefs or values. Regardless of context, my words were wrong and caused real harm. I take full responsibility for their impact, and I am deeply sorry. The fallout from the February 10th New York City Community Education Council call has Mayor Mamdani weighing in.
I think it is indicative of the exact kind of language that makes students feel as if they don't belong within our public school system.
He don't like his
Back
people.
on campus, we met a student who watched the full video.
If you listen to the video, she's clearly asking it as a rhetorical question. You can hear the intonation that this isn't something she's stating like she believes in it.
Blown out of proportion?
I think it is. I think it was really unlucky that she got cut off at like just the right moment on the microphone where it would sound like she was stating that she believed these things.
For NBC News Daily, I'm Erica Byfield.
We thank you for watching, and remember.
All right, what's your take on that, Brother Wordsmith?
I don't know what is what. It sounded very bad. Sounded very, very bad. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with it. It sounded bad, and it was bad because she's bad. I don't know.
Yeah, you've got a more grounded response than my initial response to it. But, and then when I heard her story, I'm like, hogwash, right?
Yeah.
But the more you listen to it, now listen to it from her perspective. She's talking to her kid about something. I'd have to know what lesson the child, just to prove it, was working on. There should be some way to double check that. But when I listen to it more, it does sound like she's not using it facetiously. Let's play it again.
A New York City college professor has been placed on leave after a hot mic moment during a public school meeting. An 8th grader discussing a possible school closure interrupted.
And it's a coincidence that it's a colored speaking.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what made it more.
Yeah. It seemed like it was.
Uh-huh. There are no coincidences, but I'll tell you what, I've always said the creator is a great comedian. Here we go.
Greatest ever.
Dumb to know they're in a bad school. I mean, apparently Martin Luther King said it. Like, if you train a black person well enough, they'll know to use the back. You don't have to tell them anymore. They just
Allison Friedman, what you're saying is
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It does sound like she's teaching.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? I hate to be that guy.
She said she was trying to teach about systemic racism. Is what
Systemic
she said.
racism, yes. I don't hear hate in her voice as she's saying this. She could have used the N-word, anything derogatory.
What was the beep for?
That's what I don't know.
That makes it seem like she said
used
something.
the N-bomb or something.
Yeah, that
I think the beep was somebody's reaction was probably like cussing when they reacted. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see.
Allison. Like, if you train a black person well enough, they'll know to use. I mean, to know they're in a bad school. I mean, apparently Martin Luther King said it. Like, if you train a black person well enough, they'll know to use the back. You don't have to tell them anymore. They just
Allison Friedman, what you're saying is absolutely hearable here. You've got to stop.
After
now, like the dude said, the student at the end, it would have been nice to hear the rest of it. Because what she's saying shouldn't only be applicable to so-called black people.
Yeah.
As far as conditioning.
Yeah.
Right? If she's teaching her daughter and her students that if you do this with so-called black people, then we'll go to the back of the bus without being told, without saying that same conditioning will apply to any race of people.
Yeah.
Then she's racist.
She didn't even get a chance to say anything because she said what she said, and then he stopped her and said, "We can hear you, so stop it."
Yeah, because they don't like the truth coming out like that.
No.
Oh no. What do you think in the chat? What do you think? Was that a private conversation between mother and daughter about a school lesson, or was that the ish people?
Even if it ain't a school lesson, a life lesson, if she's teaching about systemic racism.
Correct. True. I would just tell the professor, I hope you were telling the child as well that that's not something that's just because you had Slavics. You've got people who are conditioned in all kind of ways. It's classical conditioning. This can happen to any demographic.
She's a Friedman. Friedman, what was her name?
And I don't know if it's Friedman. Let us know in the chat.
Yeah, it's ish, though. That's for sure.
Correct. And, you got some of them that are, allegedly pro us, and then you got other ones, and that's.
Yeah.
I didn't hear hate in her voice when she was relaying that, though.
No, I didn't either. It sounded like it was a lesson.
Correct. Maybe misguided, but a lesson. Anything else on that before we move to the next one?
I don't even know if it's misguided because, it made a point that proves out in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it does. I just don't like, I don't want to sound like a broken record. I don't like it being, I would have preferred her to say, if you do that to a black person or any other person, if you condition a man or a woman, any person, right? The same way you go down the street, everybody's staring at their phones. Black, white, purple, yellow, green.
I get that, but she's trying to teach about racism, then it would be prudent for her to speak about someone that's getting raced against the most. I guess it's the easiest.
I guess, but if she's talking about black on black crime, you've got to be able to say, but that's something that's just been perpetuated. That's a whole nother part of the systematic racism, because everybody, that's the way you get around. Like, you're programming your child to potentially believe that only black people can be conditioned this way. That's my concern. I hear what you're saying. You're talking about systematic racism, but I don't know. I would have liked to hear more, qualified that statement. That would be my message to her.
Yeah, I mean, it was no way to qualify it because she barely got it out of her mouth when they was yelling at her to stop.
Correct. Yeah, and like Dude said, it would have been nice to hear what else she had to say. The student that was bumping for her. All right. We got the world's oldest best friend, fair use. This is WTOC, y'all. Let's see here. Fair use. Nobody can hear anything. Take it back. Can't even see anything. Come on, Karen. You gonna get your head out your butt. Get your head out your bum. All right, there we go.
To focus too much on someone's age, but when there's a Facebook called Henry the Old Dog, it's kind of unavoidable at that point. Henry's a little terrier from Brantley County, already known for how old he is, and he could soon be world famous as the oldest living dog.
Come on. Come on, that's it. And now you're just going to sit.
Henry isn't setting any speed records these days, but he has earned the right to move slowly or not at all, having reached what is believed to be a record age.
This is Henry. He's a little rat terrier. He's 25 as of the 15th of January.
Which Lori Hartman thinks makes Henry the current oldest living dog, and she is waiting to hear back from Guinness on her.
In dog years, he is 175, 35, 14, 35, 175 years old.
Yeah.
I think we got to reconfigure this dog year shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's just some shit they made up anyway.
No longer accurate with the modern science and all this and that.
Title.
It's a process, and once we mail everything in, it's still going to take a couple weeks. Unless we raise that $800 or whatever it is, then we can bump it up. And in the back of my mind, part of me worries because you don't know how long he's going to be.
Oh, they're going to be devastated once Henry goes on the dog.
Oh yes, very, very, very.
Oh man, how long did Try hold on till?
About 17, 18.
Wow, Try was close, man, to being the oldest dog in the world, man. Try had a good life though.
The end wasn't good, man. He just lived in the kitchen. He bit Yuri in the face.
Oh, man, he didn't know better.
Or was it Gabby? No, it wasn't his fault. I mean, Yuri came up on his blind side.
Yeah, he didn't know. He can't hear.
He was a baby.
Can't see. Yeah.
Here.
Hartman certainly didn't know that when she and Jim Larson rescued Henry among more than 24 dogs from a breeder in 2009, taking them into their Max's Animal Rescue in Hoboken, Georgia.
2009. Math ain't math. Oh, rescue.
Oh my God. The
We gathered
dog ever recorded is Bobby, a purebred. I can't. From Portugal. 31 years and 165 days.
all of them, trapped a bunch, and there was 29.
That's crazy.
6 of them were pregnant, and within 9 days we had 50 some dogs, almost 60 dogs in my little dining room, my 10 by 10 dining room. We have I think like 9 between 17 and 25.
All from that group of dogs?
All from that group, and we've had him for 16 years at this point. So he was unadoptable for a very long time.
Henry has gotten famous with his age, which, if you believe in dog years, is 175.
Happy birthday, Henry. Say thank you.
And he has mellowed from the aggressive 9-year-old he was when he arrived at Max's animal rescue.
It's just
he look young for 9, don't he?
Man,
he got good genes. He look young and vibrant for 9. I'd have never thought that dog was 9 years old.
I don't even know how old the dog is, bro. I mean, they asked the dog said,
it was a breeder. They rested.
They got it from the breeder.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Now, the breeder's records could have been messed up.
The breeder was probably fucked up if they rescued it from the breeder.
Yeah.
Cutest little old man, you know. Everybody just thinks he's like a little old gentleman and knows little hat.
Because you got an old man's hat on him. That's why.
Yeah.
And an old man's suit. Right. You got him in an old man's business suit.
His little suit.
Yeah.
He's always got a bow tie on.
Right.
Always has a bow tie on. No collar.
Look at himself. People think he's an old man.
That motherfucker look pissed. He got this bullshit on me.
For 25 years. I've been, I mean, for at least 16. They had him since he was 9.
Yeah.
Or just the bow ties. So, and he loves them.
Hartman
he
hopes
he don't look like he loves very much anything.
And how does she know he loves them? Does he go and
I ain't seen a tail wag. I ain't seen shit. That motherfucker took a step and then sat down. That's all I saw.
And does he walk over to, you know how your dog shows you the leash? You know your dog loves going walking. You know what I mean? Your dog shows you the treat, the bowl when he's ready to eat. You know your dog loves to eat. Does he ever walk to the suit and hat and be like, put this on me, put this on me?
No.
Not just celebrate Henry's longevity, but help other senior dogs. She has started a fundraiser in his name to help her shelter and others continue to care for older animals.
What happens is they get lost in the shuffle. The money that's generated for rescues and shelters go to the intakes of the new dogs, the dogs that need medical, emergency medical, or new puppies, and that's great. But there's got to be a little 2 to 5% little line for the seniors left in rescues. And what we want to do is
He'd
raise enough
rather be at
money
home, and dragged around the park on his 25th.
You know, not only help the couple we have, but you know, to help other groups.
For now, though, Henry keeps waiting for confirmation on a title that
that tail ain't wagged once.
He ain't got no teeth. Look at him.
Has been wondering
Look at his
now,
gums,
though. Henry keeps waiting for confirmation on a title that Hartman has been wondering about for a few years.
Oh, poor baby.
As he kept aging, going, oh my God, he's going to be this age. He's going to be 20. Oh my God, are you going to make it to 21? You know, and then it's, oh my God, are you going to make it to 22 and 23? And you know, as it gets like to August, September of the year, you're like, come on, Henry, you're going to do it till January. You got to do it, buddy. You know, so then, you know, he just hangs in there.
Man, they got to tell Henry it's okay to go.
Harry's almost out the door anyway.
She's egging him on, though. You got to be like, it's all right. We're going to be fine, Henry. You've done your duty. You know what I mean? It's okay. She's making him think he's got to stay by her side with all this. Come on, you got to go another year.
We're good.
So she can pimp him out on the internet.
Henry just keeps going on and on and on. He's blind, which is why he wouldn't move around a lot when he came to Savannah for that story. Because if he can't see stuff, he goes by his smell, and the smells are unfamiliar, which is why you just want to stay in place. But other than that, he travels all the time. So, and they're actually going to go on a little tour for their fundraiser to take Henry all over the place.
And I know he's going to look good doing it. Isn't he dapper with the bow tie, the hat, all that? He's just the cutest.
Yeah. And I tell you what, people were drawn to him. Everybody came over and said, you know, the big 25 balloon.
All right, we don't need to hear them.
Yeah, enough of that.
Yeah. All right. What's your take on the 25-year-old Henry?
Yeah, he looks like he's on his last leg, and wish they let him rest instead of taking him on tour.
Taking them in front of photographers, got all kind of people taking pictures, posting them on the internet, fundraisers.
Everywhere. He ain't even, you can't even see, so you don't know what the fuck going
on. Dude said he leave me the F alone, please. Right, he's 175 years old. Ace said, let him go. Ace has been on that since the Jesse Jackson funeral. He said it felt like what's his name? What's the comedian's name? Concrete, whatever his name was. He was talking about he was talking about the singer's funeral. Like they just went on and on. He's like, Jesse's funeral went on for hours, man.
And two separate days.
Yeah, exactly. Ace has been on that kick. Let him go ever since. Yeah, man. Cute little dog, but they're gonna be devastated, man.
Man, everybody is. The whole internet family is gonna be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe."
She's only been with him for 16 years, as long as you was with Try. So it's still gonna be devastating. But I was like, can you imagine Self if 25? All right, you a kid and you turned 30 and you was 5 when y'all got that dog. You turned 30 and then that dog is dead. That's devastation.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be mentally prepared at that point. I mean,
I guess
that long. I mean, because Sherry was like, she was going to be completely devastated when,
Sonny died.
Yeah, and when he did, she was, kind of devastated. But
how old was Sonny?
Sonny, he was in his teens too.
Yeah, Sonny Bunny.
He was on so much fucking medication. God damn.
Fluffy.
Man.
And she was paying out the ass.
And he wouldn't take the medication. So you had to fight.
Yeah.
2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah, because Sonny was like, let me go.
And he was like, fuck that medicine. I don't like it.
Right, I'm ready for a new avatar. So you said the oldest known dog was in Portugal and it was 31?
Yes. 31 years and 160 days or some shit like that.
Wow. Those are the dogs you need to be breeding.
Man. Bobby, purebred Raffiero D.
Purebred too, huh?
Yeah.
Probably came from a long line of long living dogs.
Lived his entire life in a rural village with the Costa family.
Probably was getting all fresh food.
Yeah, extraordinary longevity made him the oldest verified dog in history, surpassing the long-standing record of Bluey, 29 years and 160 days.
That's
Born
amazing.
May 11th, 1992. Died October 20th, 2023. 31 years, 165 days.
May 11, 92. That's crazy. All right.
It's a livestock guardian breed known for long lifespans relative to size.
All right. Moving along. Alexander Brothers. Drop dead gorgeous.
3 brothers have been convicted of sex trafficking after weeks of emotional testimony. On Monday, a jury found that the Alexander brothers had repeatedly trafficked and engaged in unlawful sexual activity with young women. 2 of the brothers rose to prominence, closing high-end real estate deals in New York and Miami. Tom Hansen joins us now with more. Tom, good morning.
Hey there, Vlad. Good morning to you all. The Alexander brothers were found guilty of all 10 counts against them in federal district court here in Manhattan Monday. Their defense team had argued the brothers...
They should have took the plea. Fuck.
Man.
What kind of lawyer they had?
Were womanizers, but not...
Yeah.
Slammed on that ass.
And the plea must not have been that good because they must have had the evidence,
Yeah.
Criminals. The jury disagreed.
More than a year after the Alexander brothers were first arrested on charges including sex trafficking, a jury found the trio guilty of all 10 counts against them Monday. Mark Agnifilo represents Orrin Alexander.
We believe in our client's innocence, and we're not going to stop fighting until we prevail.
Orrin and his brother Tal rose to prominence as real estate brokers to the mega rich, with a splashy profile in the New York Times and appearances on cable business shows about their multi-million-dollar sales.
It's a family affair with us.
Alon Alexander, Orrin's twin, worked as an executive for a private security firm owned by the family.
The Alexander brothers worked together and with others to repeatedly and violently drug, sexually assault, and rape dozens of female victims.
All 3 brothers were arrested in December of 2024.
He looks like a cone here.
And raped dozens of female victims.
All 3 brothers were arrested in December of...
Alexander brothers worked together and with others to repeatedly and violently drug, sexually assault, and
Don't that look like a fake bald head? Like they put it on him and put the makeup on his head?
That shit's shiny.
Dozens of female victims.
All 3 brothers were arrested in December of 2024.
The brother on the right, he might be adapted. or a half brother or something. He was the one on the map too.
Arrested in December of 2024.
Look at his ass, man. There's something wrong with that dude.
Let's go back to him. Yeah, there's something wrong with him.
The other two look like they have souls.
Yeah.
At least in their eyes. I'm not sure if they do, but this one, he looks blank.
Those are the twins. And looking at them.
Oh, he don't have no eyebrows. His eyebrows is missing.
Yeah.
That's very strange
And
looking.
he's some sort of ginger, too. And looking at their names, Tal, Oren, and Alon, they Ish people.
Mm.
Yeah. They're Ish people.
All
What's
three
their
brothers
last name?
were arrested in
Alexander?
December.
You know, the Ish people live all over the place. So they
Mhm.
could be Ish people by way of Greece or something like that. You know what I mean? But they're all over the world.
December of 2024. During the trial, the jury heard from 11 women who accused the brothers of rape or sexual assault, including.
Look at this. You can't take pictures, so you use artist renderings. And even in the artist renderings, you can't depict the victims.
Yeah.
We live in a crazy world.
Allegations that the Alexanders had drugged the women before assaulting them, even recording certain encounters without consent. The jury found Tal, Oren, and Alon guilty of sex trafficking charges, Tal and Alon guilty of sex trafficking a minor, and Oren and Alon guilty of sexual abuse. Their sentencing has been scheduled for August, and the brothers face life behind bars.
And now that their federal trial is over, the Alexander brothers still face additional legal trouble, including in Florida, where Alon and Oren are charged with rape in state court. They have pleaded not guilty. The details pretty.
Well, I was just going to say, if it's federal, your boy Donald Trump, before he leaves, he's going to, because he's a real estate guy, he's going to pardon them. But they got state charges pending. That's the most important convictions. And if they're smart, they're going to take the plea in the state case.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Plea out, even if it's like, because then Trump could pardon them on the life
like
that you're
just-
talking about. They're going to get.
Just like
Diddy?
No, folks.
R. Kelly?
No, folks.
Larry Hoover?
Larry Hoover. Sorry. Didn't he pardon him on the federal thing, and then they still got him?
Yeah, holding
on
him
the
for
state.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, y'all, we'll get there. How AI greater data centers impact our environment. Rihanna's house got shot up. We're going to be on that very shortly. Yeah, this is where we take a little hiatus, everyone. Let's see here. Karen, can we get the music? Music, please.
Love Show, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. We do it for our people. The Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show.
Two Toby Wordsmith, 9 mils. You know how the story goes. Yes, y'all. Don't stop. We'll be back shortly. We have some amazing videos for your edutainment. Also, we want you to know that we're going to get back and get right on the topic. Make it move and go how it go. So, be right back at you.
Are aliens real?
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in what is it?
Area 51?
Area 51. There's no underground facility, unless there's this enormous conspiracy, and they hid it from the President of the United States.
Have you seen any evidence of non-human visitors to Earth.
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. You know?
So aliens are real.
Well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. He made a big mistake. He took it out of classified information. No, I don't have an opinion on it. I never talk about it. A lot of people do. A lot of people believe it. Do you believe it, Peter?
Well, the president can declassify anything that he wants to.
Well,
So if
maybe
you
I'll
want
get
to
him
make
out of trouble by declassifying.
we know illegal aliens are real.
Yeah, illegal. Only illegals.
Moses fleeing the people from Pharaoh.
Right, let my people go.
40 years in a desert.
Manna.
Let's talk about what manna truly is. And
So Aganoski's in the Middle East right now saying manna is Peter.
can we put some sensibility to that? Being in the desert, and our Father, the Creator, loves us beyond. He's gonna rain down bread in a desert. Moses summoned the strongest men for them to dig, and that's where the whole term of so it is above, so it is what?
Below.
That means that Moses had the science for them to dig and find water.
Yeah, like the elephants would do.
So what do you find even in the desert when you dig down and find water? Do you find bread or do you find plants?
Was some of my research, at USC. I did a survey. The question was, do you think that Jesus Christ was of African descent or European descent? Overwhelmingly, over 90-something% of the folks said African descent. I said, then do you think his ethnicity matters? They said, no, it doesn't matter. And I'm saying, it matters obviously to somebody.
It does. Absolutely.
And it matters to white supremacy. But whenever there's a book called The Color of Christ, the saga of race, I think in America, they track when, most people say, well, this is something out of Europe and, who was that? Michelangelo painted,
Yeah.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with why Jesus is white. Jesus is white because of America. Jesus is white because of white supremacy in the Klan. That's why Jesus is white. That's where that comes from. It didn't stick in Europe because they knew better.
Hey, Cleveland, you better hide the markers from your kids. Somebody colored in your Jesus.
Somebody colored in your ass with too much ass, fat ass.
No, they're ignorant. That's ignorant. They're ignorant. That's ignorant. They're ignorant. That's ignorant.
Hands, losses to the neck, but now I'm trophied up. I'm saying like.
Man, thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format, very solid. It don't have that low budget movie feel. You know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the Black community, for real. Like people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Hey, well, bro.
They're so ignorant.
Ignorant.
So
hey, but this platform's your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to
the
Chicago,
South Shore.
Crazy thing about it.
This platform is
made for you and me.
It's made for you.
The crazy and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. I was trying to get out the end of the preamble, but go ahead, bro.
Yes, y'all. It don't stop. Self Love Show rocks on. Are you not edutained? Some great videos, right there. TATN. Crack. Producer staff. Be on top of it. make amazing videos for your entertainment. And we're back. How AI, greater data centers impact our environment. We're going to get into it. Let you know everything we know about it.
Facts. It's the Self Love Show. Big ups to our sponsors. Midwest Festivals presents Ancestral Echoes. That's a 3-day glamping house musical fest. Best DJs in the Midwest area. Get out there with limited light pollution. Get under the stars, under the ancestors, reconnect, and have a great time around some like-minded individuals. Shake your bum out there. You know what I mean? Live and let go. Decompress, disconnect, and reconnect. Huh?
All of the above.
That link has been pinned in the channel. In the chat just now for your early sign-ups. So you can get yourself some great rates right now. Be in there. You got to be there to be in there. Okay. Big ups Tay Mills Aesthetics, multicultural skin, body, and weight loss pro. All of these companies are copper colored, owned, operated. All right. So rotate that money, recycle that money. If you find yourself in the Los Angeles area and you're looking for the best esthetician in the business, licensed, bonded, fully insured, reach out to Tay Mills at www.taymilzaesthetics.com. That link's been pinned in the chat. Big ups Bella B. Bella B. Bzzz. You need yourself some swag, put on a shirt. Maybe you're having a family reunion. You know what I mean? Maybe your fraternity pledge class is celebrating the 25th anniversary. Maybe you were made when Henry the dog was made, you know? Maybe you want to get a picture of the Beta Beagle or Henry the dog, Cisco, or Henry the dog on your shirt and give it to all of your ships. Well, you reach out to Bella B at designs365@gmail.com and she can put something together for you, or you could send her something to have put on that shirt. Last but not least, gym recovery. You need a toe. We're not talking about a finger or a big toe, but you need your whip to be told. He's going to pull up in a brand new flatbed, over 3 decades of experience out there. Gym recovery. All right. Tell him the Self Love Show sent you, and tell him he's not going to get paid if he doesn't put MSNBC on his satellite radio while you're being taken to the mechanic shop or the dealership. All right, let's get it on. All right, we got second half of the show. Gun ban for potheads. Now, we're not going to say any one of us has guns. We're not going to say any one of us dabbles in pot. We're not going to say we don't do it, but we're not going to say, we're just not going to say it. So this is for all you gun-toting potheads. Maybe you like to roll blunts. You like to roll those mooly blunts. Or maybe, you like to be like Dakota and you're going to rip the bowl. You know what I mean? And save the resin for later on your low days and smoke the resin. You got to clean this out and smoke the resin. Maybe you got a 6-foot bone. You know what I mean? You're a pothead. Maybe you got, maybe you're swarthy out there, smoking that pot, not washing your ass. You know what I mean?
Swarthy's got nothing to do with jazz.
All right, but it's fair use. Gun ban. SCOTUS is looking at potentially banning you gun owners from having your Second Amendment rights while you're smoking a pot. So you're going to have to choose.
Welcome back. For nearly 60
Bullshit.
years, the possession of guns by users of
It's the
illegal
highest law
drugs
in the
have been
land.
banned by federal law. The Trump administration says it's 60 years. The possession of guns by users of illegal drugs have been banned by federal law. The Trump administration says it's essential for public safety. Next week, the Supreme Court is considering whether that ban is unconstitutionally broad. It's a high-stakes case involving marijuana and the states that have legalized it in some form. Our Devin Dwyer has a closer look at the case and growing debate over whether cannabis should get a carve-out in gun law.
In the foothills of Pennsylvania's Allegheny Mountains, oil and forestry are big business, Donald Trump is big politics, and for hunters like Rob Green, guns are a big part of local culture.
If you don't support the Second Amendment in Warren County, you probably should leave.
Green is an Army veteran and father of 3, and until earlier this year was the top law enforcement official in the county for more than a decade.
Most crimes that we prosecuted involved drugs or alcohol. I mean, that's a good 85 to 90%.
He also happens to be a user of cannabis, one of 440,000 Pennsylvanians with a state-authorized medical marijuana card.
So how often do you use?
When I was the DA, once or twice every week or two, maybe once a week on an average would be good. I'm not a daily user.
Does marijuana serve a medical purpose for you?
Yes. Yes. If it did not, I would not be able to get a medical marijuana card.
Marijuana as medical treatment has been legal here since 2016.
You know how many people
but consuming cannabis also
cards? You just walk up to some doctor, quote unquote, and tell them your back hurts or your knee pain. You tell them whatever you want.
I guess it's more difficult in some places than others, but in some places where it you ain't got to, like you said, you pay the doctor and they give you the card.
Of course.
Comes with what Green calls an unconstitutional cost.
As of right now, I have 0 firearms.
And why is that?
I could serve 10 years in prison for having a firearm because I am, according to the...
This is why I never signed up for any of that. And I know you remember me saying it. Like, this is the overplay for the underlay.
Facts.
Yeah.
Feds an illegal user of marijuana. I mean, it's bull.
Congress has prohibited the feds from cracking down on state medical marijuana programs, and President Trump recently signed an executive order loosening...
Any coloreds behind him? No.
Not one.
You ain't even trying. Look at that hand, Self, that you keep
saying.
Look at this stroke hand that you keep saying. It don't even look like a human hand, does it?
Man, I'm telling you. And they sent somebody else out. They got them back in here because he's sitting down.
Mm-hmm.
But they were sending somebody else out making the rounds. They motherfucker had no problem walking, didn't have any of the stroke hand. Didn't have any of that. They ran somebody else out there.
Stroke hand Washington.
Restrictions.
It's an honor to do this.
But cannabis is still banned under federal law. And that means 6 million registered medical marijuana patients across 40 states must surrender their Second Amendment right to own a gun, even when they're not under the influence. Pennsylvania gun dealer Tim Parker says the law is still the law.
We have a sign on the outside of the door. We do not like people that smell like marijuana coming into our shop. A lot of times they tell us that they have a
right to own a gun.
He talking about them niggas. Well, we'll just let it play out.
Even when they're not under the influence. Pennsylvania gun dealer Tim Parker says the law is still the law.
We have a sign on the outside of the door. We do not like people that smell like marijuana coming into our shop. A lot of times they tell us that they have a license or marijuana card.
Is he high?
And they're illegally allowed to have it. I said, well, you're not allowed to come in here. We will not sell you anything.
Parker showed us how gun buyers must attest on a federal form under threat of felony prosecution that they don't use marijuana or any other illegal drug.
So if you check yes, it's an automatic no
correct,
purchase.
Because the federal law, even though in the state of Pennsylvania they made medical marijuana legal, the federal law still mandates that we cannot sell you a firearm.
Since 1998, the FBI says countless drug users have been turned away by gun dealers because of that form, in addition to more than 240,000 customers flagged for drug-related convictions by the background check system. The Trump administration calls the gun ban for drug users a cornerstone of public safety.
Wow.
Those are the kind of people that shouldn't be carrying a gun because it's all split-second things, and a gun doesn't think for itself. Guns don't kill people. People keep people, not guns.
He's a retard. He's a retard. Well,
The potential dangers of combining drugs and guns is apparent inside the City of Erie Police Department gun vault, lined with boxes of 700 firearms confiscated in crimes since 2023.
How many of these guns would be associated with drugs?
I mean, so 170-ish that we took them and confiscated them with drugs, but I would probably guess 70% of these probably were involved in the drug trade.
Had some connection
Had
to
some
drugs.
connection, yeah.
Police Chief Richard Laura says medical marijuana is not a top threat, but does pose a danger when combined with guns.
We don't want someone who's under the influence of alcohol or methamphetamine or cocaine or marijuana to be handling a firearm. Obviously, there's some safety issues there.
The Justice Department says it prosecutes 300 cases a year in which
so do they have on there, Self, if you drink alcohol?
Yeah, you can't have a weapon.
Right. If you drank alcohol last week.
violation of the drug user gun
because
ban was the leading charge.
They're ignoring it. I personally feel like more people have been shot because somebody was drunk than somebody smoked a blunt.
Definitely.
High-profile case involved Hunter Biden, a self-confessed recovering crack cocaine addict who was charged with lying on the federal gun transaction form and obtaining a firearm. So was Ali Hamani of Texas, who the government says admitted to using marijuana every other day while keeping a Glock 9mm pistol in his home. But
they said once a week, how many drinks you had? 2 beers? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he said, Courts says there are plenty of copper-coated conservatives out there. When we were talking about how many people Trump got behind him.
Yeah.
And then he said, you can't sell a gun, but somebody sold you that wig.
Federal court said the ban enacted by Congress in 1968 is too broad and unconstitutional as applied.
And it's unconstitutional because, and we're talking about a statute that renders it a felony for a person who is a consumer of cannabis to possess.
Where does it stop? I mean, people are on all kind of prescription medicine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
A firearm, whether they're sober or intoxicated, no matter what.
The Hamani decision spawned a rare alliance. The Trump administration, gun safety advocates, and anti-drug groups now appealing to the Supreme Court to hold the line. They say a ban on guns for people who use illegal drugs, including medical marijuana, is rooted in the nation's history.
Back to the days of the founding.
Didn't Trump say he was looking to make marijuana legal?
Well, he lowered it. He wanted to lower it on the so that they could do testing and you know, I mean it's Schedule 1, which says it has no medical value, but it's medical. It's legally medical for around all these states, but it's federally it's still saying it's nothing. So he's trying to make it go down to Schedule 3, where you can.
I thought I heard him say he was looking to make it legal on a federal level.
No, Schedule 3, so that it can be so it can be they can look into it, because now they're not even allowed to research it or do any testing or anything with it because it's Schedule 1.
We had laws about intoxication and severe intoxication, even surrounding things like alcohol.
And they point out marijuana use has been linked to perpetrators of some of the country's deadliest mass shootings, like the attack in Minnesota last year at the Annunciation Catholic School.
It's not to say that everyone who smokes marijuana is going to have cannabis-induced psychosis, or even the vast majority. Right. But we need a bright line rule here to prevent against the worst possible scenarios that could occur.
I do agree there are certain circumstances where people should not be able to own firearms.
But Green says the dangers of marijuana are overblown.
He looks like he stinks.
Cannabis is helped me
That's not
in a
swerving.
number of ways. I mean, it helps me immensely. It's helped out of a lot of other people. And it has hurt me in 0 ways. Are there certain drugs that are so dangerous and addictive that it's not safe for you to have a firearm? Sure. Marijuana is not one of them.
Well, he's biased. He's a pothead. I mean, what else is he supposed to say? All right, your Supreme Court, the highest law in your land. You voted for him.
We're not voting for the Supreme Court.
Yeah, I know that's a problem in this country.
Yeah, them clowns put them in.
Yeah, that's a clown. Even if we voted on them, though, they would all be puppets.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What's your take on this whole thing? Now, I got a feeling. You notice they didn't show any Negroes in there. I got a feeling this is sort of your Negroes and your Browns. Can't get guns.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. So you can't have a FOID card and a medical marijuana card. You can't have them both. You can't have them both.
And if you lie on that paper, that's a federal crime in itself, and they're gonna lock your black ass up too, huh?
Yeah, fuck that paper. They saying the FOID card is unconstitutional. In Illinois, they're fighting against the FOID card.
They've been fighting against that forever. It's unconstitutional.
Shit. Need to be like Missouri. You got an ID, you can go in there and get one.
Yeah. Why do you even need an ID?
Well, they need to know who they selling it to.
Do they?
I mean, yes.
Why?
If they're going to follow the serial number and the striations on the bullet to mark it back to who's
the swarthing founding fathers of this country didn't mandate that. They didn't put that in the Second Amendment.
They didn't know shit about that.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying they didn't know shit about that.
Okay, you're right. You're right. Trump considers marijuana reclassifying as less dangerous, considering reclassifying. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
So if he reclassifies, would that make this different? Would you be able to have a gun if you're blowing kush?
Probably not. They're probably going to. I mean, if it's reclassified, it's still not going to be legal.
That's what Ace just said too. No, just trying to change weed's designation.
Yeah.
Hey, something we didn't mention. Ace brought it up on the last show. Leo going downstate out there, the basketball squad.
What?
Yeah, they beat Hyde Park. Y'all better get out there.
Are you serious?
Yeah, with your Leo jerseys on and go out there and support the LEO. They in there for the choir and they in there for hoops now.
Man, they getting it going.
Ain't they? This is going to be great for recruiting.
I love it.
Yeah, they beat Hillcrest and then they beat Hyde Park. I don't know how they played Hillcrest before they played Hyde Park. I don't know what's going on with how the zoning is now, because remember, city schools had to get out of the city first. Right. 2 city schools so they can play a suburban school. But somehow they played Hillcrest and then they played Hyde Park, unless I'm getting the order wrong.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, LEO, man. Big ups to LEO. All right. Let's get to Rihanna's home shot up. Rihanna got a home shot up. Allegedly, it's in Beverly Hills. Fair use. Okay. She's married to ASAP Rocky, but everyone says it's her home, so I don't know how this is working with the prenup.
Are they married?
I don't know. But if he lives there, I don't know. Are they married? Good question. Maybe not. Rihanna's home hit by gunfire. KTLA, fair use.
Sam and Lauren, we're learning new information about this alleged suspect. She may have been a deranged fan. Right now, it's sort of a chaotic scene.
Alleged suspect is dumb as hell. Either say alleged shooter or say suspect.
because it's a one-way street where Rihanna lives. Right now, police have asked us to move and they have shut down the road so they can do additional analysis. Now, there is a Facebook page matching the suspect's description with bizarre posts about not just Rihanna, but also singer Cardi B. Take a look above. Sky 5 is overhead where the Grammy winner's mansion is. It's been quiet all morning until about...
They doxed her too, so I was putting comments. They showed the address on one video.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm like, it's gonna y'all. She might as well sell that house. She burnt it up.
Yeah, she might as well sue their ass too.
The last hour where we've seen members of her team coming and going from her home, even loading up a van full of suitcases and a bassinet, perhaps the family officially leaving for now. This all happened around 1:15.
Look at that. Shot through that.
Yesterday, police responding quickly to this upscale neighborhood where the singer and businesswoman lives with her partner, A$AP Rocky, and their 3 children. On one side of the gate inside, you can see those bullet holes, but on the outside, they did cover it up with a piece of sheet. If you look here, this is the alleged... But first, this is the alleged suspect, according to TMZ, identified as 35-year-old Ivana Lisette Ortiz, who fired those shots toward the star's home and then took off. And again, multiple Facebook posts saying derogatory things, not just about Rihanna, but also Kim Kardashian. Ortiz allegedly fired multiple shots into the fence in front of the home, and you can see those bullet holes right there covered with the sheet. Then again, multiple people coming and going from the home this afternoon. According to the LA Times, a bullet may have hit the mansion and that Rihanna was home at the time, although it's not clear if anyone else was. Here is the 911 call that came in around 1:50. People coming and going from the home this afternoon. According to the LA Times, a bullet may have hit the mansion and that Rihanna was home at the time, although it's not clear if anyone else was. Here is the 911 call that came in around 1:15 yesterday.
Wow.
This vehicle is a white Tesla, seen northbound on Coldwater. Suspect vehicle is a 2023 to 2024 Tesla 4-door with paper license plate.
Yeah.
According to dispatch audio, the suspect left the home in that Tesla, but she was located and arrested. The LAPD saying a weapon was found, but why she may have opened fire, that remains a mystery because all the stars and celebrities in this popular tourist area. And you can see we saw a tourist bus coming and going early this morning, and we spoke to one of those drivers.
We know about in the past that she had some issues here at her other home.
This motherfucker didn't even cut the mic off, so he gonna give them their tour, ain't he?
Yeah, right. Why he's talking?
And we were very sad to hear about what happened, but I'm also a little bit disappointed that her security didn't shoot back at the person. And we just wish for her safety. And
12 just like, buddy, can you keep it moving, please? Because he's shouting during the interview.
We just wish that these people would respect the celebrities. And
he got a lot of nerve, don't
he? Yeah, and he doing a tour?
He does the tour, bringing everybody. This is where they live. If you want to come back, and shoot it up later.
Just saying. And then he's talking about
respect the celebrities.
Yeah.
This is where Brother Wordsmith lives. If you guys want to come back and shoot it up later.
Craziness, bro.
We're praying for her peace.
And right now, Ortiz is in custody, and she is being held on a $10 million bail.
$10 million.
New clues now.
Do they now? You live in the south side of Chicago. Do they care when Lil Pookie or Lil Ray Ray's house gets shot up? Do they do all of this? Does the news come out and do they catch that son of a bitch?
No, generally, especially in Chicago, no, they don't catch anybody. Very much of anything. So.
So celebrities' lives are more important than Pookie's and Ray Ray's in God's eyes. Is that what you're saying?
In the media's eyes, I'm definitely not speaking for God in this motherfucker, especially on some bullshit like that. So,
What's your take on this, man? You think it has something to do with A$AP? But they said that her posts have been about Rihanna. Ain't had nothing. I thought maybe A$AP's past alleged gang ties were coming back. But no, it seems like it has more to do with her.
It seems like there's a nut running around shooting up stuff.
She's a nut bag.
Yeah,
think she had a professional license. I think they said she was a nurse or something.
Yeah, she's a professional nut.
She came all the way from Florida, South Orlando, Florida, to shoot up the house with an AR-15. She can get an AR-15.
In California, huh?
She probably brought it with her. She probably drove.
Okay, that would make some sense.
Yeah, drove her Tesla across country.
He said you got the order right. Play 11:45 at East St. Louis.
Oh, y'all playing the boogie, huh? You got to get a little bet going, Self. With
where at? Because I'm going to almost East St. Louis tomorrow.
You got to get a bet with Brother Daniels and Deno and K-Son. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
11:45.
Man, maybe y'all can go
Champagne. Okay.
Oh, okay. Maybe y'all can hook up with Kurt and Pat and go out there and
yeah.
When
I'm
you
just
say
dropping off.
When you say it is
in Champagne tomorrow 11:45.
Oh yeah, 11:45 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. In Champagne. Hook up with Faye. Faye.
I'm gonna be at 11:45.
Yeah.
I will be on my way back. Hopefully, I'm on my way back. It's a small order. From across the river from St. Louis. That's how we going.
You're gonna be in the boogie.
Yep. Or right by it.
Across the river from St. Louis. Well, I guess there's a lot across the river because the boogie ain't that big.
No, some of the stores we go to, they say these little towns, and then we get there, it's East St. Louis. You know what I mean? And East St. Louis is across the street type of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't want you to. I'm not going to East St. Louis.
They changed their name to some other little town.
Yeah, Stigma.
Yeah.
All right, we got one more on this Rihanna, and then we'll.
New clues now in the assault rifle attack on Rihanna's mansion as we're learning more about the woman police say opened fire on the Grammy winner's home. Eyewitness News reporter Liz Nagy live outside the Beverly Glen home with new revelations
Beverly
tonight.
Glen.
Liz.
Okay.
Mark, tonight investigators are looking into new videos posted online long before they say Ivana Ortiz showed up here outside Rihanna's home with a gun. Now tonight what investigators are really trying to figure out is if Ortiz traveled from her home in Orlando here to LA with the intention of shooting Rihanna or her home. Locked in an LA County jail for a second night on a multi-million-dollar bond, investigators are now digging into.
She look crazy in that, so.
Oh yeah,
multi-million-dollar bond.
She gonna be there.
Swarthy too. She ain't washed her hair.
That's not swarthy.
Investigators are now digging.
I'm gonna have to show you some of these pirate films I watched as a kid growing up.
Okay, that just means they're dark skinned. It doesn't mean that they fucking stink. I mean, you know they probably do. I mean,
that wasn't made clear about Hollywood.
What? Who cares? What the truth is the truth. Hollywood ain't never told the truth. Shit.
Bond. Investigators are now digging into the criminal history and online musings of
Don't look
Ivana
crazy
Ortiz.
there. Let's see.
This Florida woman
Online
arrested
musings.
and charged with trying to kill Rihanna. The R&B singer had apparently been on Ortiz's mind for.
That's why it says it's her partner, because they're not officially married or what have you.
What's that all about?
Well, I mean, it's a Hollywood matchup. They ain't got to go all the way through with it. So that when they break up, when they force them to break up,
he may have proclivities.
Yeah,
I've seen some of his outfits.
I mean, all of them people in that industry have some proclivities. That I've seen.
Sometime.
Listen, Rihanna, when you die, God is taking me to my future.
Whoa.
You want to kill me. Shut the up.
Investigators are.
See, she's talking to voices, but they be doing a lot of witchcraft.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, Ace said Belleville, Collinville, Cahokia, Brooklyn are East St. adjacent, and I'm going to Belleville.
It's the boogie.
Man, I might stop by Cahokia though if it's right there.
Why?
That's the Cahokia Mound where the Mississippians, our people had pyramids and all that stuff.
Yeah, you might as well.
On this side in East St. Louis.
Get some footage. We'll put it up on the
in
channel.
St. Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can get by there.
Yeah, get some footage. Put it on the channel.
When you die, God is taking me to my future. You want to kill me. Shut the up.
Investigators are now looking at.
Who was she telling to shut up?
I don't know. Who was she telling? When you die, I get my life.
Rihanna. She was talking to Rihanna.
Shit. Then that's what she was telling. Shut the fuck up. Shit. Wow. I don't know. That shit don't make no sense.
Well, she's gonna say Rihanna.
Listen, Rihanna. When you die, God is taking me to my future. You want to kill me. Shut the up.
Investigators are now looking at this rambling talk-to-camera video posted on January 4th and many others like it on Ortiz's social media profiles. Strapped with a semi-automatic rifle, LA investigators say Ortiz rolled up outside Rihanna's Beverly Glen home and fired multiple rounds at the house. Tape on the front gate now covers roughly half a dozen bullet holes.
West LA unit, shooting just occurred. 10 gunshots fired from.
If she was from here, she would have known that place is. That area she went in is riddled with cameras and drones,
everything,
and license plates readers, everything.
Yeah, I mean, this was a person that's unstable because.
Well, she said when Rihanna dies, she goes to her next level.
Yeah, she's crazy. Something's wrong.
According to the media, she's crazy.
Well, according to her, when she says shit like that.
Well, I don't know her personally. She could be right.
She said when you die, God taking me to the next level or whatever. But
she could be right. If Rihanna is a witch or something like that, she could be right. I'm just saying. She could be. I haven't psychoanalyzed her.
The vehicle CPR believes the shots came from across the street.
The Grammy Award-winning singer was home at the time, but it's still not clear if her partner, A$AP Rocky, and their 3 children.
There it is, proclivities. You see that, Self? And don't tell me she don't look like a sorceress or a witch.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, look at this.
Were also there. Monday, passing tour buses were full of people who seemed baffled by the violent crime.
I don't know what gets into these people.
Him again.
Anyone would want to harm such a sweet person like Rihanna.
How does he know she's sweet?
Because he's just selling it, bro. He's crisis actor. I think I'm going to try to get me a crisis actor role. I'm going to start going around to these things and being interviewed. And all
Pull it up.
Say, wait a minute, the same man in Chicago? Wait a minute,
he's all over the place.
Because he's at every crisis.
You go viral.
Give me a full check. The crisis
After
actor.
fleeing the scene, police tracked Ortiz's Tesla and arrested her near a Sherman Oaks mall Sunday afternoon.
Then
Sherman Oaks?
Criminalists are going to be doing. Yeah. Then she went to the mall. So.
Sherman Oaks. That's in the valley.
Yeah. Sounds like a nutbag. Yeah, the valley. Beverly Glen is right. Like you could take the little back road and you in the valley next. You in Sherman Oaks next.
Oh, okay.
On some trajectory analysis, they're going to need the street in order to get.
That makes sense because when I was there the first time, when I saw you, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Today, retracing an alleged attempted murder that somehow ended without a single injury. All the more incredible because investigators say those bullets actually hit at least 2 other homes on this block.
Whoa.
Tonight, Ortiz is locked in jail on attempted murder charges with more than $10 million bond. We're live in Beverly Glen tonight. Liz Nagy, ABC 7 I.
All right, so you say she's crazy, yet they got her in a regular jail. Why isn't she in the insane asylum?
Since Reagan shut most of those down, they haven't really come back. Yeah.
Ace said he's an expert. What is Ace talking about? What are you talking about, Ace? Clarify that. Who's an expert? How AI greater data centers impact our environment. We just covered Rihanna's house being shot up, and we covered some more. All right. So let's get to the greater data. Greater data. Greater data sounds better. When I was a kid, I called it data. And then when I got fancy, went off to university and honors classes at the Eisenhower High School, I changed it to data.
Well, I mean, if you use the English pronunciation rules for vowels, then I mean, DATA would data.
Could be data.
No,
I know the Brits would probably say
Hey.
data.
They speak English. They don't speak English. They
I
don't.
think
It's
they
not,
invented the language.
no, that's
It's called English.
Here
They're
we
from
go with
England.
this.
What are you
No,
talking about?
they're Angling. That was England. Check the record. They're English. It was England, and before it was England.
So
And-
the language
and
was English. They changed the name of the country to England. Now it's English, and
No,
you can't say English anymore.
They was already speaking this language here. So it's
Oh, they said the driver is the expert. Oh man, he got these people on a tour at a damn crime scene, and they just sitting there. You know what I mean?
And that's why he knows how Rihanna's sweet, because he's the expert.
Right. He's been
Oh,
stalking
man,
her or
that's
something. How
fucking
could he do
hilarious.
it to a sweet girl like this?
It's very hilarious.
Like, how does he know? All right. How does AI data centers? How do AI data centers use so much energy, there, fella?
They use they got these high grade computers which are fucking takes a lot of energy. The AI training large models requires thousands of GPUs running continuously for weeks. Some of the largest centers already use as much electricity as a small city.
Damn.
Rising rack density. Older data centers were built for 5 to 15 kilowatt racks. All racks now hit 40 to 140 kilowatts with multiple demand and heat output. The cooling requirements, as the heat skyrockets, cooling systems must work harder, adding another massive layer of energy consumption.
Wow.
National scale impact. U.S. data centers now account for 4.4% data. U.S. data centers, we just went over that, huh?
Yeah.
And now they went right back to data, right?
Yeah, it's all good.
Now account for 4.4% of national electricity use, projected to be 12% by 2028.
Danger. I wasn't aware of any of that data.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, so these centers require, to your point, massive amounts of electrical power to power their servers that run complex models and keep them cool. As demand for AI grows, these centers constrain local power grids and increase carbon emissions. You know, was that the greenhouse gases allegedly, which is leading to global warming allegedly, especially when the electricity comes from fossil fuels.
Yeah, that makes sense.
How do you have any idea? I mean, we got a video we can run on it. Do you have any idea of the inner workings, the interwoven mechanisms that make these data centers work? Or you want to run the video?
We probably should run the video, but I know it's a connection of a multitude of computers with an extreme amount of processing power.
Your ship, Drew, was talking about this a while back, I think on the show, and it was hard for me to follow him at that time.
They're supposed to be building one over east in the 70s, 80s.
By the lake?
Yep.
Son of a bitch. They're going to pollute all that water. Over there where we wanted the bears to build, and they said you can't build because the ground is contaminated, but really the reason it's built is because they're going to put a data center over there?
Well, initially it was supposed to be like 400 homes or something over there. And I don't know when that changed, but once
Big Tech came in.
Yeah, Drew mentioned it, and then I looked into it, and yeah, they're trying to put that there, and
Wow.
I
And
didn't
they'll probably
realize
later
it's
say
gonna
it's
use that
causing
much
cancer and
power.
poison in the water.
Yeah, it's using that much power, and it's probably not dumping it in the water. It's probably taking out of the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably taking water right out of there, using
Yeah.
it because it's a massive amounts of water these things use, bro.
Yeah.
Massive. I mean, the
What
impact
is a data
we'll
center?
get there.
Yeah.
A data center houses rows of computers and equipment for storing, processing, and transmitting data. They typically have few windows and extra security, including cameras and sometimes biometric screening.
What's up with the extra security?
Because you don't want anybody going in there plugging in anything to anything. You know what I mean? You don't want anybody have a USB and fuck up the whole thing or take some very sensitive stuff. So you gotta have all kinds of security.
And know how they doing it. Know they
Yeah.
This is
The computers need a lot of electricity to
Skynet,
operate and to keep the equipment from
Cyberdyne.
overheating. That also requires more
Facts.
electricity. That also overheating. The equipment from overheating. And to keep the equipment from overheating. In the near term, however, most data centers are still heavily reliant on the surrounding electricity grid, which is largely powered by burning fossil fuels, the primary cause of global warming. This is making it harder for some countries and tech companies to keep their promises to address climate change.
Wow. Wow, that's just amazing.
Yeah, I had no idea that it was this impact.
Yeah, they don't talk. The news don't talk about it.
I knew it was kind of large, just from a home point of view, because when you're mining Bitcoin and stuff like that, you got to run a lot of computers a lot of times, and it's a lot of electricity. But I didn't think the magnitude from that point of view to, I mean, they got thousands of GPUs connected to each other.
Somebody estimated that all of the data around the world weighs 1 kilogram. So it actually has weight. I meant to send you a video. It's a brother, man. First I thought he was what do you call it? A Matrix conspiracy theorist. You know, this is all what do you be saying? This is a what? Simulation theorist.
Yeah,
I thought he was a simulation theorist. But he wasn't. I'm seeing his video. He's a brilliant brother, man. But some of the things he said sounded similar. But man, some of the stuff that's going on now is mind blowing. Mind blowing.
I understand. It's simulation to me. I mean, you already know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
That's why all this shit, it just breaks known rules.
Yeah, well, he was saying that not science, but mathematical equations and formulas, physics basically, goes through self-correction. And he was saying that, same way DNA does. And he was talking about evolution. and he's saying that not science evolves. He's saying the fundamental physics evolves.
I mean, because all of theoretical science evolves. When you see some shit that don't operate within it, and you make up something to correct or correct for it. I mean, these vehicles that are seen by so many people and recorded and all that break all of the rules. They break all of the rules. So I mean, that proves that
it evolved somewhere.
It's a false model, at least.
Yeah.
What we've been,
or we just know it at a rudimentary level.
Completely rudimentary. Completely rudimentary, because
they say these beings are walking through walls.
Yeah. And I mean, theoretically, it's known how to do that. You match the frequency of the wall and you can walk through it. I mean, because it's theoretically known to be able to do that. The fact that they can do it, I mean, I'm sure people have done that. That's all I'm saying.
They say Yahushua was doing stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, And he said, these things I do, you can do and even greater.
Yeah. 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 So that was how they work. We're going to run a short video on the impact on residents. Self just said they're building one nearby his spot. There's some in the suburbs, one in the suburbs already near you. And that the Pinks are complaining about, and they'll move, and then they'll move in your coloreds to that area, and move us out there, and then later say, "Oh, this stuff is causing cancer."
Anywhere where you have a whole lot of electricity, it causes cancer. Though the way they have the technology that they're using, it causes cancer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like being by a big microwave.
They always got them by schools.
Yeah.
Trips me out. I'm like, what?
Yeah. I got to put them by somewhere.
Now to an ABC News investigation. Half of all the new demand for electricity over the next 5 years in the U.S. is expected to come from data centers. They are the
half of all the new demand for electricity is coming from the greater data centers.
Yeah. It's
backbone of AI.
Serious issue, problem. They got to figure out, we need the we need the free power. We need they need to go on and unleash the technology and stop going through this BS to create what they need.
It's gonna be nuclear first.
Free energy. We got free energy. They got to use the technology that they have, man.
They can't bill you for that. That's what Thomas Edison said. He can't bill people for that.
For this, you shouldn't be trying to build. You're charging people for ChatGTP. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You should use free energy to power this shit.
Well, if we're listening to false gods or entities from other dimensions or from other realms of the galaxy, and they're promising us false science, if that's true, then it could be that they're terraforming this planet and they want us to destroy it with these false gifts. It's a theory I'm working right now. It's wacky, but I'm working on it.
Technology. In partnership with our stations across the country, our
this motherfucker to make it worse for us. Get us out of here. Period.
That's what I'm saying. AI could be a demon.
With Schulze shows us how they're dividing communities, bringing our Elizabeth.
It's far older than they say. Far older.
It could be a spirit, a spiritual entity.
The sentient being that is AI is very, very old.
Yeah.
Schulze shows us how they're dividing communities, bringing the promise of new jobs, but fears of higher utility bills.
This was the sound at Laura Evans' home in suburban
Suburban Chicago. Look at the sound you're about to be hearing around the crib.
Chicago last spring, when backup found at Laura Evans' home in suburban Chicago last spring, when backup generators kicked in at the data center 1,000 feet from her backyard.
Look where they put the data centers, 1,000 feet from her backyard. The kids are out there playing.
And it never goes away. Never goes away. Laura tells us the data center emits a low hum 24/7, and it's not just the noise taking a toll. She says in the last year,
not healthy. That low frequency, that shit is not healthy for these human vehicles.
But this is the one thing we applaud Karens for being Karens. They got to have a place to do their Karen stuff. Stop calling phone on the copper color, cops on the copper color, and pay attention to other shit like this, Karen. What was the Karen name that the water was poisoned, and the Karen they made the Aaron Brockovich? She went all Karen on him. She was a lawyer's assistant, making them phone calls and shit.
average electricity bill has spiked 23%.
The bill, they charging it to the people, Self. You talking about free energy. They charging this shit to the people. The average electric bill went up 23% once this data center came.
Mm-hmm. Because it's taking all the fucking power. So now you're competing for the power.
Got you.
How do you budget when it's changing that much in 1 year? You can't. And the electric company warned prices could rise even more. They need more power at the data centers. Saying one reason why is increased electricity use from data centers and artificial intelligence.
The energy demand from these facilities affects our ability to meet clean energy goals, have a livable planet, and also just pay our bills.
ABC News and our owned and affiliated stations spoke with communities across the country grappling with
the same lady that was at the
facilities
Rihanna?
affects our ability to meet clean energy goals.
This lady in this red coat, is that the same newscaster that was in California at the Rihanna shooting?
A livable planet, and also just pay our bills.
ABC News and our
Not sure. Could be.
She was wearing the same red coat, but yeah, I don't think so. I think it's a different lady.
owned and affiliated stations spoke with communities across the country grappling with the rapid buildup of data centers to support the AI boom. An analysis from our data team found there are more than 3,000 data centers in the U.S.
Look at the data center Self.
That's why it's 5% of all of the power.
Damn.
4.4%. It's gonna go up to 12%.
Why won't they just put these things in the desert? Because people don't want to live out there to manage them.
Man, because they don't care, bro. They try to kill people.
About 1,200 more are now under construction or soon to be built.
If you're watching a show or if you're using AI, ultimately a lot of the computation happening there, or at least the storage for that thing, is in a data center somewhere.
And our analysis finds a majority of the country's large data centers are or will be in cities, towns, or developed suburbs.
You need a really well-developed, very consistent grid. They need to be extremely reliable in the energy.
So they need a developed, consistent grid.
Right. That's why they're not gonna go out nowhere when they gotta build all that they sell. They just come steal yours.
They need to know the grid has been up consistently.
That they use, because if a data center suddenly goes out, if it completely loses power, all the tens of thousands of people who are interacting with it are suddenly going to be very mad.
When these data centers go offline, your apps can go down almost right away.
Exactly.
So this is pretty much as close as we're going to get to where this data center is popping up. It's just a massive construction site. Hard to comprehend the scale of this. A 2-hour drive north of Laura's home, we visited the site of what will be one of the biggest data centers in the U.S.
And we can't get a football stadium built.
In the small town of Port Washington, Wisconsin. A $15 billion project backed by OpenAI and Oracle that's part of the White House's Stargate initiative announced on President Trump's second day in office. The campus sits on a plot of farmland bigger than 500 football fields and will eventually use about the same amount of electricity needed to keep the lights on in all the homes in Philadelphia.
They'd be putting power lines that are taller than apparently the Statue of Liberty.
Tom Utek has lived on
Power
this
lines taller than the Statue of Liberty. Those power lines you was talking about, stuff that's giving people cancer.
Yeah, facts.
They're tripling down on them.
Oh, quadrupling.
land for 40 years. He's an artist who draws
Now
inspiration.
look, he talking about the land his family stole. Look what's happening to him.
Liberty.
Tom Utek has lived on this land for 40 years. He's an artist who draws inspiration from its natural beauty. Last year, he got a letter from his utility company saying it plans to build a massive power line for the data center right across his property.
I had no choice.
Bitch. They probably put bitch at the end of the letter, didn't they? So.
Whoa.
And basically they're saying that if you don't agree, we'll take it by eminent domain.
They'll just take over your land.
Yeah. And we'll fight it to the end.
He showed us where the power line would go, wiping out dozens of trees.
See, this is where the regulators would have fought back.
Yeah.
Planted.
There's no way this environment around this neighborhood could ever be the same.
Regulators would have rolled up on the on the CEO of the company.
Mm-hmm. Reap it, Murphy, son of a bitch.
You reap it, Murphy.
Cut in half again by these giant things.
We expect attendees will act in a civil manner at all times.
At a town hall this month, we saw how the data center is dividing the community.
We need clarity, and we need it now because we are not going to pay double the amount of our utility bills. Do you understand?
Look at Karen. She mad about the wrong shit, but I ain't mad at Karen trying to put food on the table.
Double the amount of our utility bills. Do you understand that?
These are good-paying union jobs that are part of a once-in-a-generation investment in Port Washington.
Mayor Ted Neitzke defends the project.
These are huge companies that are kind of the face of AI right now. OpenAI, Oracle.
You think he's been paid? How much you think he's been paid?
The lobbyist is slathered his account.
But pay for his kids' college on top of it all.
Already.
You
just get out there and make it happen, Mayor.
They always talk about jobs, and the robots and AI that they're building. Yes,
you're gonna have all of the jobs.
Yes,
but initially, while they're constructing, they're gonna be a few jobs that they're gonna go ahead and be like, "Oh, yeah, we've got these jobs. Too bad they go away." And Port Wisconsin, Wisconsin. I mean, come on, how many people are there?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
They will be willing to invest in this community.
They've been awesome. I mean, they have met every expectation.
His body language, he said they've been awesome, but he shook his head. No.
Community.
They've been awesome. I mean, they have met every expectation we have given them.
He says the data center will create 4,000 temporary construction jobs and bring in much-needed tax revenue.
Hey, Nathan Lagarde said, "What's up, fam?"
Oh, look at her. What's going on?
Got Lagarde in the building. That's your neighbor, ain't it? Well, it used to be.
Yeah, it used to be. I'm not sure where he's at now, but
yeah.
My greatest fear was that I would wake up one day and our downtown would be a ghost town again. And as a dad who raised my kids here and was born and raised here, I wanted this to be a better place.
But
that was his greatest fear.
Yeah. That's why he's like, no, we're gonna.
Oh, because if it becomes a ghost town, he can't milk them out of their tax money.
He can't do anything.
But get a job like everybody else.
Right.
Born and raised here, I wanted this to be a better place.
But some residents still
look at the Karens. Don't touch me. So the Karens, hey, I might get me a coat of Karens to handle shit. So
what was the name of the town?
I didn't hear it. I thought it was in.
Still aren't buying it.
This is an abuse of power.
The mayor even facing an attempt to recall him from office that ultimately failed.
Damn.
This video shows one opponent who chanted recall at a city meeting last December. She's handcuffed and physically removed from the meeting by police.
It was incredibly shocking. I never imagined anything like that ever happening.
There was a pretty heated moment a couple months ago at one of the council meetings.
What are you doing?
How do you react to the backlash from the video?
How do I react to it? I can play you the voicemails of the threats I received from all over the country to my family's safety. I can play.
He getting threats from all over the country, bro. That should tell him something, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it should tell him he should back the fuck off the BS he's on.
I mean, that he should do some more research. Right. I got what you're saying, that there's a reason people from outside of his little town give a fuck. It's Cyberdyne. It's Skynet.
Yeah, period.
Play you the voicemails of the threats to our police department from all over the country.
In statements to ABC News, the tech companies behind the Wisconsin project pointed to economic benefits for the region. OpenAI said, in Wisconsin and across all our U.S. Stargate sites, we are committed to paying our own way on energy. Electricity needed to keep
putting power lines.
Years. Company saying it plans to a
When they first
$15
showed
billion
the mayor, they
project
showed the
backed by
town.
OpenAI and Oracle. The small town of Port Washington, Wisconsin.
Port Washington, okay.
A 15
A couple months ago, one of the council meetings.
12,500 people.
How do you react to the backlash from the video?
How do I react to it? I can play you the voicemails of our police department from all over the country.
In statements to ABC News, the tech companies behind the Wisconsin project pointed to
25
economic
miles from Wisconsin.
It ain't in Wisconsin. Port Washington, Wisconsin ain't in Wisconsin.
I mean Milwaukee. Pardon me.
Oh, gotcha.
benefits for the region. OpenAI said, in Wisconsin and across all our U.S. Stargate sites, we are committed to paying our own way on energy so that our operations do not increase local electricity.
Well, if you're committed, why are these people bills higher?
Because they're taking all of it and it's competing, regardless of the shit that they're saying.
But he's saying they're committed to paying their own energy so that our operations do not increase local electricity prices. This is what he just said.
Yes, but it's still increasing the local electricity prices. He's lying.
So they should be paying that.
He's lying.
Electricity prices. Oracle added it will invest in wind, solar, and batteries, which means more reliable, affordable energy will be available to local families and businesses. And Tom Utek's utility company tells us
it's lies, because if they was going to do all that, they could just invest in infrastructure in the middle of the desert, or I would say someplace cold, since they need to cool everything down.
Yeah, they don't care about none of that.
No. The bottom line is always the bottom line.
Has chosen for the power line offers a lower cost to ratepayers and maximizes the use of existing corridors.
Why should people who don't live in this area, might not ever come to this part of Wisconsin, care about what's happening?
They should care because it's their backyard next.
Back in Laura Evans' backyard in Aurora, Illinois, local officials made
Aurora
the decision to put a
Illinois.
100 in Laura Evans' backyard in Aurora, Illinois, local officials made the decision to put a 180-day pause on building new data centers.
We basically put a pause to make sure that if these data centers want to come in, that they can be good neighbors going forward and try to really address some of the concerns that our citizens.
They gonna come up missing. If they don't take the money, Laura Juberg, what was her name? Juberg? Let me see.
We basically put a pause to make sure that if these data centers want to come in,
Lynn
that they
Lindbergh.
can be good neighbors going forward and try to really address some of the concerns that our citizens have.
The city's pause on new data centers,
I
which
believe
ends
her.
next
She was nodding this way.
Yeah, and I don't think she's not a politician. And
Yeah,
first of all,
exactly.
she's a ish person, so she's very confident.
True.
In her Karenism.
Very true.
So, yeah.
Very
she may
true.
not come up missing.
May not. You're right.
Some Lindberghs around there that got some weight or something.
Might not. You might not have the mental capacities to know what she's up against.
No, she don't, because she's a part of the chosen people as far as she's concerned, and their group can do whatever they want to whoever they want.
That's a fallacy.
I mean, that's their opinion. It's complete fallacy.
Yeah.
But that's how they.
Yeah. That's how they're raised.
Yes.
Time for local officials like Allison Lindbergh to put new regulations in place.
Is the conversation around how to regulate data centers happening fast enough as how much they're popping up right now?
I definitely think that the regulations need to be happening faster.
Regulations?
The fact that we, as this smallish city, are the ones that are leading in this is frankly pretty surprising, considering the magnitude of the impact of these data centers.
That's why they're pulling up in these small cities first. They could pay the politicians off real easy, huh?
Real easy.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's been living there all their life, and that's all they know, and they don't know a whole lot.
Yeah, the local economies went to pot. It's about to be a ghost town, like that mayor slipped up.
Right, and this is some temporary jobs, a lot of them.
Yeah, this is the future. It's coming. We'll go to the next shithole town if you're not involved, and we can grease your pocket up. You say your kid wants to go to what school? Northwestern? Well, it's going to be expensive. You know what I mean?
Scholarship.
Yeah.
For a scholarship, you can.
We got friends, yeah.
Grab the whole.
Uh-huh. You're right. We can get him in, even if he got a 2 on the ACT. Don't worry about it. We can get him in there.
Get him in there in the Bush Act.
Trump Act. We get him out of there too. You make this happen.
In a statement to ABC News, the data center just behind Laura's home apologized to neighbors and said it is committed to supporting policies that accelerate new power supply and grid technologies to improve reliability and moderate costs over time.
They apologize, Self, and they're committed. He's saying the same thing the other guy was saying.
Yeah, and it's a bunch of crock. It's bullshit. It's caca.
Right, ain't wrote nan check.
Ain't did nothing.
We learned about atonement at the Million Man March. If they wanted to atone, he would have started that with, and we wrote a check to reimburse everybody for all the overages they've been paying.
Man, they just running a lot of caca. They bring somebody out there. Yeah, they probably have ChatGPT, the fucking AI write it. Send them some caca to stall them. Some caca. We're not gonna do any of it, but
serve them up a word salad.
Yes.
Temporary noise barriers while permanent engineered solutions were being designed.
They installed temporary noise barriers while permanent engineered solutions were being designed and fabricated like these lies.
Yeah,
Funny they said the words fabricated.
That's the whole thing. That everything, all of that is the temporary noise barrier, permanent engineered solution.
Why wouldn't they have anticipated all of this when they first did the planning?
Because they didn't care. They never cared.
Exactly. And never will care.
And fabricated.
Some proponents of this technology say this is the future. What do you say to that?
Build it somewhere else and just make sure it's done right, because this isn't right.
I tell you what, these Karens, they know what the native swarthies felt when they came around and ran the same fabrications. Is that fair to say?
I mean, the appallment, I don't even know if our people had that appallment that these people got. I can't believe that they think that this is their land. And it's you can't do this on our land. Like what?
The nerve. It's a case of the chickens coming home to roost, as far as I can tell.
Wait, where are you from? What are you? Oh, you're a hyphenated American. So you're a hyphenated, so you're not even an American. You're from wherever you from.
Stace Dude said, do it the way you say you're going to do it, or don't effing do it. With or without regulations, it's your damn responsibility, actually. We can agree, but we know big corporate, the only thing they care about is the bottom line. Do it the cheapest.
And as many word salads as they could put out in front of you to make you think that they care or whatever.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh, they'll word salad yourself, and knowing they're going to fire everybody in 2 months, they'll word salad you the whole damn time.
Every job they said was temporary. They said temporary jobs. Temporary noise barrier.
Temporary. Till we can figure out a permanent fabrication.
Yeah, nothing. So we can remove the temporary and leave it as is.
Well, you guys can write your Congress people if you think they haven't been compromised.
Lobbies.
Yeah, you can write the, email your congresspersons and your senators. Tell them you don't want that involved. You don't want them there, and tell them
they don't care about that at the app.
You don't think they care what the people think?
No.
They haven't all been compromised. Come on. No?
Yeah, well, if you're there more than one term, then you're compromised.
I'm not going to argue with that. You were commenting on the H2O, dihydro monoxide. We're going to run this real quick and then we'll...
Numbers I got, I was
A little known fact
wow.
about AI is the amount of water it consumes to generate content in a way that is reshaping the planet. As our demand for artificial intelligence grows in business...
She's speaking English.
...and our personal lives, it's expected to create increasing strain on our vital natural resource.
Every time you use artificial intelligence, the information is processed through giant data centers like these. The infrastructure...
Why are they wearing masks in there?
I don't know. They convinced to wear masks every damn well.
I think, yeah, but they're not covering their hair up. I mean, I would think it's to protect the electronics, but I don't know.
These.
Thirsty
the infrastructure
AI.
not only requires a lot of energy, but the centres are gurgling water at an alarming rate.
Alarming.
So water's used for cooling. Think about an air conditioner in your house. Data centres are pretty similar. They need to keep relative humidity in the data centres to make sure that all of the components are happy.
When you use an AI platform like ChatGPT or Copilot, it requires a lot more data churning.
It could be up to 40 times as much water used and energy as for a normal Google search.
Now it's 40 times. The other article said 10 times.
Well, this is saying that mid-sized centers can use 300,000 to 500,000 gallons of water per day.
Per day. Fresh water.
Per day. Large centers can reach millions of gallons per day.
Fresh water.
I don't know where they get this water from, but I know they're not, using contaminated water.
Can't be salt water is what I'm saying. It's got to be fresh water. I don't think salt water, all that sodium deposits in the electronics would be good for it. I'm not a mechanical engineer or anything, or a computer engineer, but that's just what I'm sensing.
By 2027, the global annual generation of AI is projected to demand 6 times more water than Denmark uses in a year. 6.6 billion cubic metres. On a hot summer's day, data centres could be using up to 2,000 households worth of water. Every time you use ChatGPT to compose a complex prompt like writing an email, it's the equivalent of pouring half a litre of water down the sink.
Damn.
As demand for water-hungry AI grows, experts say we could see usage limits during droughts and bushfires, just like the reduced usage of dishwashers or dryers during summer heat waves.
That's not making sense to me. Why not use a closed system that rotates, the water around? It doesn't have to run through the electronics, because if it ran through the electronics, that doesn't work. Water and electronics don't work. So some way that
they said they're creating humidity in it.
Okay.
Yeah. But still, that's just the way they're doing it. But you're right. They can still do it with close. And my thing is, all right, water it's going to evaporate, right? It's going to create a greenhouse effect. Like, where does it go after they?
You can recapture it and put it back.
You can.
Yeah, so it can be recaptured. It can be a closed system where it's.
So you'd have to cover the whole thing.
Yeah, and it rotates around through the system, however it goes. Yes, and then keeps running in the closed system, and you might have to add sometimes.
That would cost so much more money to build and maintain, though.
It would be conserving, though. Shit, I mean, you're doing all
your
this
stockholders can't make money like that.
Well, if
This is capitalism. I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah, I know, but if they're trying to advance the shit, then at some point you got to do what you need to do, advance it, and not charge everybody for the shit. Like that's
their goal is to destroy Yahuwah's creation, in my opinion.
And part of it is by destroying us, because keeping us from
correct
fully realizing our potential and able to overcome the stupidness
correct
of what's going on.
Because what you just said makes logical sense, and I'm sure another engineer or somebody asked that question.
I mean, also with the electrical cars, I mean, you got stuff that's constantly rotating. Why do you have to charge it? Why do you have to go to a charger? That's only for payment. It's plenty of stuff that should be able to recharge an electrical car, just like you got an alternator recharging a battery in a.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense that you need to charge.
They're saying they just put an alternator in the electric car and you should be good.
Well, it's a whole different model, so it doesn't. But us equivalent of alternator, yes, for an electric model.
To prevent blackouts.
So in those really hot and horrible days, I think there will be trade-offs for people to make. It may be that we put limits, or we need to put limits and governing around what we can use artificial intelligence for.
Governments might also have to rely on data centres offshore, which can present a national security risk. Sarah Naven for 10.
Wow. This hasn't been thought through well at all, man. I don't know. So what do you think out there in the chat? You have any solutions? Brother Wordsmith's come up with some solutions. What do you think? So you're telling me they're creating more, using more fossil fuel, using more water, and water is at a low. Farmers are complaining that they can't get enough water in most of these areas. And they're going to keep building these out. I've been against nuclear power stuff, but the only way to but that doesn't solve the water issue. No. The nuclear power could solve the electric issue, but it won't solve the water problem.
No, because you still got to cool it with water. Even when nuclear is cooled with water.
Yeah. And then you end up with that heavy water that they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, nuclear is not the answer. They got to use free energy. You got to.
Well, if the Earth is rotating as they tell us, the Earth should be creating power.
Yeah,
if it's spinning at all these miles per hour,
it's stationary. So,
do you know what I'm saying? Though, like if it should be generating energy.
I mean, there are energy points on this planet. A lot of them have ancient structures on them.
Yeah, they said yes.
And it's places that you can straight draw energy from. They said those pyramids were energy machines.
Yes.
And I mean, free energy, you know what I'm saying? So
and they say we build our major cities on these points. Yeah. And, like they told us it's because it was the water that's there, but it had more to do with the energy that's naturally there. Chicago, New York, LA, Rome,
St. Louis.
Yeah, London.
Man. Cahokia is right there in St. Louis. St. Louis was a major hub.
Cahokia, is that a swarthy term?
It's a American Indian term.
Yeah.
They was definitely swarthy, but it's not a swarthy term.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. A lot of water. I don't know, man. Every time you use Chat GPT or any other AI, whether it's OpenAI or what, you're destroying the planet. And if we don't do it, China's going to do it. That's the programming.
Everybody's going to do it, bro. I mean, we got people that they trying to have one world government, one everything. So,
and they won't need all the useless eaters.
No, they trying to get rid of them.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, we're going to put that poll in there. A said you have entire cities in the desert, so there has to be a way to redistribute the water to keep using it over and over. That's what Self was saying.
Yeah, man. A closed system, a closed cooling system.
If the water is evaporating, it's going up into the sky, and it should turn into rain at some point.
It doesn't have to. It can be a closed system where the evaporated shit is caught, and it turns back into water, and it goes back in the system, and it rotates and do all of that over again. That's what I mean by a closed system.
But if I boil some water in a pot until it disappears, is that water gone forever and ever?
No, it's turned into gas.
But it doesn't necessarily become water again.
It can, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. If you make it a closed system.
Yes. And even if it goes into the atmosphere, it eventually turns back into water. Back, yeah.
So what are we worried about? It takes longer for that process than.
This is using all of this a day.
Right, right. It's not going to be replacing it all in a day.
That fast, no. Unless it's a closed. I mean, if it was a closed system, you'd use it once. This is every day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it would cost more to do that.
Yeah, it would. I mean, so motherfuckers got all the damn money.
Yeah, they're trying to make sure their investors eat. If you think Wall Street cares about middle America, you're sadly mistaken.
I think there's more AI building this shit than people.
You guys, I just dropped a link in the chat for the poll that we ran on the channel. And what's your biggest concern with artificial intelligence? Option one, of these options, and you can leave a comment for something else that concerns you more. Brother Newman said the deep fakes concern him more than anything on this list. He said, what else did he say? Cybersecurity issues. He said something else. They were all valid. All right. Job replacement is option one. Well, let's just go through the results. So, greater income divide between the elites and workers, meaning the rich are getting richer and the poor will be poor and stupid. You won't own anything and you'll love it. 0% selected that. Only 20% are concerned with job replacement as it concerning AI. Meaning that I'm not saying they're not concerned, but it wasn't the most thing that was in their crawl. 20% said they fear the AI takeover. If you haven't seen the film Terminator, I suggest you watch it. All right, we got some new data. Let's start over. 0% said greater income divide between elites and workers. 29% are saying job replacement. Another 29% are saying Terminator film style takeover. And 43%, including Brother Newman, out of these four, are saying the AI data center's environmental impact is the biggest thing that concerns them. All right, Brother Wordsmith, where are you at on this poll?
I picked the poll. I did the poll before I really did the research. So I picked Cyberdyne, the
Skynet.
Yes. Yeah, that part. And I didn't know the environmental impact. But
You rubbing your bum on the fence, or you switching your
no,
answer?
no, I'm not switching my answer. I'm contemplating, but no, I'm going back with the cyber.
Sticking with Skynet?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are all like kind of layered, aren't they? Because they all matter. I'm rolling with job replacement only because, but that could be a good thing, but only because that's going to lead to a lot of poverty, could lead to a lot of poverty, hunger, and revolution.
And it could lead to them just giving people a check. That's what
Well,
they're
that's
trying
what
to
they're
say.
saying.
That's what they're trying to say.
2,500, 3,500.
Not enough to live off of, but
Yeah, everybody will be on welfare. And you'll have medical care, so you wouldn't have to work.
yeah, everybody won't be on welfare though. Some people had their own businesses doing their own thing.
What would those businesses look like?
Using AI.
Using AI.
Very specified, very AI could still do it.
So why would I pay you to do something with AI that I can, like Levine earlier in the show? Why would I pay Levine to use his AI to sell my house when I can use my own AI and sell my house?
Well, you got to pay for AI.
Right. So the elites
free.
will be getting that money, which is the greater income divide between elites and workers.
Yeah.
That's going to go to a very small.
If it's the elites and not AI itself.
Well, AI wouldn't want your payment.
If they wanted to enslave the human race, then yeah, they would. They would figure out that money could be the way to do it. Which to your this system we live under, yeah, could.
I agree.
Yeah, it could very well be AI and not people.
Yeah, I was telling this French dude, he was just couldn't get around his. He's like, yeah, but they're always going to want money. I'm like, no, the elite just want money so they can control us. That's
period.
Like if they control all the resources and got robots to do all their work,
and they don't need you
or the money.
Yeah,
right?
Period. The robots don't need the money.
No. But now, to your point, I think there'll be a world where, things like, chiropractors, masseuse, there'll be some people who want a human dentist. You'll want the human touch. You'll want a human architect. I just think there'll be a world where you'll want human art, music.
Yeah.
Done by a human, as opposed to, you know what I mean? There'll be a divide, and the human produced art and services would be at a premium, and you'll be earning that money from my 3,500. You know what I mean? I'd have a robot doing a lot of my work for me. It just seems weird. I don't know, man. It's going to get to a point where they won't need us. We're not going to be able to just sit around and make babies, create traffic, petition the government when they got drones that could kill us all.
Thing is, they can't kill us all, though. This simulation or this planet or whatever you want to call it can't really exist without us. It will.
Yeah, consciousness. But they'll still be here. So it would exist.
I don't think so. I think once the last soul leaves out of here, this place dissipates. It's all from my
right, but
imagination.
they won't kill themselves, is what I'm saying.
They won't, but the whole simulation will disappear as far as I'm concerned, or what I think about this simulation.
So you're saying if the elites don't have souls?
Most of them no.
Right. Right.
Right. So when the soul people leave here, they it's all gonna dissipate.
But if one soul is here, it won't dissipate.
That could be true.
Yeah. Which one? Yeah, I think I went with job replacement, bro, only because it's going to start a domino effect. But that could be good. People get hungry enough, it'll get them moving. Or will we just be happy staring at our phones with that $3,500 a month coming in?
A lot's gonna be. I mean, everybody's not here to do everything, and there are a lot of bots here too. So we have to look at that.
CPUs.
Yeah, they're bots, and they're just repetitive, and they live in a small sector, and they show up when you go around.
Yeah, but I think I was torn between that. I can't remember, but I was torn. In fact, I don't even think I picked job repair. I think I was torn between Skynet. I can't remember what I picked now. I think I was torn between Skynet and the environmental impact. And I think I went with environmental impact. I'm pretty sure that's what I went with. Wait a minute. I don't even remember, to be honest with you guys. I don't remember what I selected.
I went Skynet. I know.
Yeah. I can't remember. I got to start writing this down. Because I know it was tough for me to decide. I know I didn't go with greater income divide between elites and workers. Socialism. Communism. Isms. You had anything else on this, fella, as we wrap up?
Very interesting topic. I had no idea about the environmental impact. I knew that they had huge amounts of computers and GPUs connected to each other, but I did not think about the level of power and water.
And the same hypocrites who talk about somebody driving a gas guzzler and caring about the environment are the same hypocrites doing this.
Oh, they don't care either way. So when they even complaining about it or whatever, they just caca. Just talking some crap. They mean none of it.
All right. The views expressed in today's pod are those of the host, the guests, and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any affiliates. Today's broadcast was brought to you by Midwest Festivals Presents Ancestral Echoes, Echoes, Echoes. The link has been pinned in the chat. It is a annual house music glamping fest. And pull up. All right. The link's just been dropped in the chat. Best DJs you got to be there. Best DJs in the Midwest. You can camp out there for 3 days. And
Nate, you got to come on out this year, bro.
Yeah, Stace Dude, Lagarde, pull up. Ace said he picked environmental impact before the show. I guess he was privy, himself. He was privy. He knew something.
He heard some information that I didn't know nothing about.
Nate said he's there, bro. All right, Nate, click that link, bro.
That's what I'm talking about.
And get you some, thanks for the support, and get you some early discounts in there.
Yes, y'all.
All right, big ups, Ancestral Echoes. We got Tay Mills Aesthetics. You find yourself in the Los Angeles area and you're looking for a licensed, bonded, fully insured esthetician. All these companies are copper colored, owned and operated. Reach out to Tay Mills. Karen's going to drop that link in the chat as well. www.taymilzaesthetics.com. Big ups to all the sponsors. Bella B. You need some swag on a shirt. Maybe your son is going off to college and you're having a trunk party and you're doing a GoFundMe or something like that. Bam. You can put your son or daughter's image on that shirt. Send it to Bella B. Bella can hook it up for you and all professionally done. Ship it to you. Reach out to Bella at designs365@gmail.com. Last but not least, Gym Recovery. All right. Went out and got you a brand new whip. Maybe it was electric. Thought you could make it. Ignored your range anxiety. Your car got stuck out there, out west. You live over east. Pookie and Ray Ray and the Venezuelans are already clocking you. You call Gym Recovery. He'll pull up in a brand new flatbed, put your whip on top of that, get you over to the closest charging facilities safely. He's got over 30 years of experience, and he's got a brand new truck. All right. As we wrap up today's ride through the headlines, it's clear the world is moving in a dozen directions at once. From the quiet mystery of Earth's oldest known living dog to the chaos surrounding Rihanna's home being shot up. These stories remind us how strange, fragile, and unpredictable this life can be. They're snapshots of a culture that never stops shifting. The SCOTUS, or Supreme Court's look at the weed and guns debate, shows just how deep those shifts run. Laws, norms, and long-held assumptions are being re-examined in real time. And the outcomes will shape everything from personal rights to public safety. It's one of the moments where the country pauses, even briefly, to ask what rules still make sense. Okay. And at the center of it all, our main topic leaves us with a bigger question. What kind of future are we building when the engines of AI demand so much from the physical planet that sustains us? Yah's creation. Data centers may power the digital age, but they also force us to confront the cost of convenience, intelligence, and speed. That's the tension we'll keep exploring, because the story of technology isn't just about what it can do, but what it takes from Mother Earth. And as always, we'll be here to break it down one headline at a time. We haven't even considered quantum computing and the energy that requires. Stay curious, stay informed, stay aware, stay engaged, and most importantly, stay true to self. Also, love yourself and others around you. Remember, ask not what our culture can do for you, but what you can do for our culture. Silence is violence, and continue to question everything. The Self Love Show ain't Kansas, Toto. Peer down the rabbit holes and do your own research, but use caution and discernment, because sometimes when you stare into the abyss stares right back at you. Peace, self-love, honor, and respect. All right, that brings us to today's dome teaser. Nobody was savvy in the chat. You guys still got a couple seconds to solve today's riddle. I never think, yet I'm framed for thought. I drink rivers dry just to answer what is salt. I glow without fire in halls cold and bright. What am I humming all day and night? One more time. I never think, yet I'm famed for thought. I drink rivers dry just to answer what is salt. I glow without fire in halls cold and bright. What am I humming all day and night? And Brother Scott, he's in the psychological field. He said they're getting a lot of, he called it AI delusion. People aren't being able to separate these AI from reality. And they're thinking that the AI characters that they're playing with, those are real. And it's just like, he's like, it's growing. It's a new thing. AI delusion. You know, like the AI girlfriend and that kind of thing. Yeah, he said that. Again, I think it's a demon. I saw that movie, The Car, Big Hollywood made, and Christine, Big Hollywood made, and those cars was driving by themselves and they were running people over and killing them. I see no difference between that and the Waymo. I'm sorry. All right, Brother Rosersmith, we gave them enough chances to get their latest guess in, and nobody's chiming in. So what is the key to that dome teaser?
AI data centers.
AI data centers or data centers. We would have accepted data centers as well.
No, it's data.
It's 100% correct. 100% correct. Interesting that was the character's name on Star Trek too. The AI named him Data. Well, how much energy he was using and water.
He had his own power source. And
Closed system.
That's what I was about to say. Closed system.
Well, yeah, well said.
He did need some repairs from time to time, you know, some circuits or some things. You know what I mean? He did. I remember he would pull out the thing and then
updates and stuff like that.
Fix himself.
Stay Stu said peace. He gave the yo sign 3 times. And we're coming at y'all March 19th. We'll let you know what we're bringing. And Spolly Tricks, y'all, on Sunday, anybody could pull up. That's where we discuss sports and Polytricks. We got a lot to unpack. All are welcome. But if you do pull up, what, Self?
You better bring your mouthpiece. Don't forget it. Because you can get left all wet. This is a no debate show, but you'll get beat in your head.
100%
over there.
He's 100% right. 100% right. We're respectful. Right?
They still get beat in the head, though.
Yeah. All right, let's see. And this brings me to my personal favorite part of the whole shebang. And that's going to be wordsmiths. Karen, get the beat ready. Final. Words out there, out there, out there, out there, out there, out there, out there.
Yeah. We're here to talk about what we talked about. The AI greater data centers, impact on our environment, its splinters, the whole situation. The inventors knew that it would take more power than they can produce. They know that they needed the juice. That's why they go to small people, small towns. They take over, get sold by the pound. Literally. They go underground. They take the electrical needs, the water, and they need to succeed. Takes away from the people, and it all leads to greed. And then we look at the impact of these centers in our environments. It's dire with the need to proceed. It's like a shark feed. It's greed and there's so much need. We need to take care of with speed. But no, we talk about Rihanna, house getting shot up. There's no doubt that they want to make the chick look crazy. It don't amaze me, it don't faze me. Hollywood has always been crazy. And I don't even understand, don't make sense. And we gotta go to the next level. Gotta pick it up, the tempo. I don't know what it is, it ain't simple. We gotta rock every residential area. Cause it's a land of mass hysteria. The South Shore area. I gotta see what's going on with them plans of the data center over east. Might have to splinter those plans. I don't think they broke ground on that land. Understand, don't know if I want that in my area. Comprehend? The truth is, we gotta get together to sever all ties to bullshit and lies. No matter how hard they tries, all they plans fail. So we gotta get back in charge and excel. Cause they trying to send us to hell. And we need to go to the next level. Words.
Words, words, words. All right, Karen. Take us home. Free the guys, free all the guys.
J Skips?
Hold on, y'all. Pick us up next week.
Do you think you are the one? Honestly, I don't know. You know what that means? It's Latin. Means know thyself.
Time is now, my people. We must
Man, know thyself. I will eat the right foods that I
Go myself.
The wrong way stole my health. I'm glad to be me now and nobody else.
Man, know thyself.
I will eat the right foods that I
Grow myself.
Cause the wrong way stole
My health.
I'm glad to be me now and nobody else. Yo,
Bullets.
getting the code and all the scriptures, potions and elixirs.
Come on, Karen. Bullets. A boomerang.
Stand your ground.
Murder is suicide.
Yeah, well, an eye for an eye.
Silence is violence.
See something, say something.
You want to be a slave? Vibrate greed. Ego. Fear. That's how they make you a slave. You end up in prison.
Okay. I know for sure, charity plus humility times love is freedom.
That's how you get out. Do not answer questions.
Question everything.
We've got two who can see.
Fear is cap. It's an illusion.
Yeah. Vibrate love.
See if you can hear it. You never die when you breathe in the Holy Spirit. Swine ain't divine, the people they won't go near it. Salad bar, spit a notch of avatar here to bring you back to God. Said it just like Master Far sent you. The end ain't always happen.
And forgiveness is love's supreme vibration.
So, do something charitable for a so-called enemy and end a beef.
Healthy people, heal thy people. That's a commandment.
Yeah, it's hurt people, for sure, gonna try to hurt people.
Free Larry Hoover, man, like Big Meech.
Free Jeff Ford.
Free all the guys, man.
Prison to slavery.
Check that 13th Amendment if you don't believe them. And be Yah. Walk on water.
Man. Move mountains.
Oh, Mountain Dew.
Yes, sir. Week by week, that mountain is getting weak. It's moving. Look at it.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Being the one is just like being in love. No one can tell you you're in love, you just know it. Through and through. Balls to bones.
Still got them, bro?
Got mine.
Same, man. Stop snitching on y'allself. Take school serious.
Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing